What up, y'all? What is up, and what are you doing with the things that are up? I am not as prepared as I should be. Therefore, let me get prepared by opening chat arena and opening my mod view. Who's even on? Gremlo and Jane the Message are the only other two streamers on right now. The cool thing about streaming during the day is that, like, Rotted Ranch just went live naturally. Or I guess he's been live for a minute, but anyway, the cool thing about being live this early is there's like way less streamers to compete with in terms of like viewership on the platform. Like I'm not live with like 30 other streamers at the same time. But like all the streamers I'm live on the same time, like at the same time as, is like fucking like Rotted Ranch, Gremlo, fucking, you know what I mean, KF Logan will probably go like it's all people who have way more fucking views than me. Yo, what up, Alt Miss Frizzle? I might have to fix this overlay as well too. I'm okay. I'd be doing better if I wasn't so broke. I still gotta find a new job, and I'm probably gonna burn through all my savings paying rent this month. But hey, you, Austin, your boy Heavy T. I appreciate that, my friend. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna hit the practice mode because I need to know what the fuck is the deal with the Barbatoses, like fucking shits. Like I definitely thought I was hitting people, and I was apparently not. The Reinhardt Gundam. What up, Globus? So you can't use that unless it's fully charged, but okay. So he's got movement too. That barely did anything. What? That did something. I guess you have to be like right on top of them for that to do anything. Yeah, I'm assuming you have to be like right on top of them. I wonder if I can, if there's some kind of synergy. Yep. This is what I wanted to do this in the first place, so I gotta figure out what this alt's all about. This feels like Borderlands and Star Wars had a baby. It's Gundam. It's Gundam. All of this shit is, everything you're looking at right now, like, these suits here that you see are actually like 150 feet tall. With little tiny people inside of them. I'll see what these other units are about. I don't have them yet. What up, Kuma? What up, y'all? Knockoff toddler Power Rangers? What up, Alina? If they have a Megas XLR skin, oh my goodness, you guys are hurting me so much. It's painful to hear. Can you see? You could probably see the little 20s and 30s psychic damage I'm receiving from these takes. Oh man. All of your favorite giant robot media that you love would not exist without Super Sentai and Mobile Suit Gundam. I'm sorry. Tal from Warhammer wouldn't exist? Probably not, honestly.
This is a destruction.
I'm doing okay. I'm just tired. Broke. What the fuck else is new? I'm enjoying being able to have these daytime streams where there's actually people in them. fact, let me jump in my VC. I'm gonna go with somebody else pick Sazabi already. I guess I'm rocking with the Barbatos.
Copy that. Thrusters hot. Your mission is to destroy both target objectives. The mission is about to begin. All pilots, prepare to attack.
Ugh.
Confirmed, Command. We're good to go here.
Let's show our enemies just how powerful we are.
That unicorn. That shit's kind of tough. Oh, it's not unicorn. It's this nigga right here. Violent robot action. That's what you're gonna get. Giant fighting robots.
Preparations complete. Pilots, begin your assault. Heading out.
Understood.
Fight well, pilot.
That's time to go this way.
An ally's mobile suit has been destroyed. Not behind me. Looks like they know where we are.
Let me go ahead and steal this real quick.
Not behind me.
Oh no, I'm about to die.
Hostile flying type spotted.
I can't like get up on anybody to even do anything.
They took one of us out. We'll find them together.
Fuck. What up, Arnold? Yeah, early streams. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep these going. I'm gonna start at like 11 a.m. That was actually when I was supposed to clock into my last job. So if y'all keep making it worthwhile, then I'll keep doing these 11 a.m. streams at least until I find another job. I'll keep them going to the best of my ability. I can probably only sustain myself jobless for like another month, but we'll try to make it a good month. October is a good month to do that, and also October is when I decided to start going streaming full time in 2020. I was just a 5-viewer Andy back then though. Time to go again.
I'm in rough shape.
I can't crouch.
Requesting support.
You watch Ponyan Selvan? It was fucking amazing. Nice. There's 2 theaters near me that have it, but I haven't. Is that motherfucker? Is this somebody? Hold up. What's going on up here? Okay, just making sure there's nobody up here.
Mayday! My suit's been disabled. Mayday! My suit's been disabled. Chain maneuver. All according to plan.
Yeah, the movie theater near my old job actually had Ponyan Selvan, but really though, dude. Oh my fucking god. What up, Selassie? Not a single wasted scene? Good. Is it like accurate to the source material?
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
Which isn't really. I'll take a good movie if it's even if it's an inaccurate movie. Like Dread 3D is my favorite, like, comic book movie. Really though? Completely fucking missed with both of those. Bet.
Megacharge countdown has begun. Defend it until these Megacharge set on objective A. Prevent disarming the Megacharge. Now to keep it safe.
Unit sighted. My suit's heavily damaged. I need a revive. Any available parts. Help that ally.
You have to take it from here.
Hostile units confirmed.
They didn't have the budget to fit all the source material. That makes sense.
The Megacharge almost completed the mission. Launch it!
Let's go.
Over here.
Objective A has been destroyed. One objective remains.
Got that shit.
An allied mobile suit has been destroyed.
Bruh, come get me. Oh my god. I fucked that fucking granddad up though.
Select the suit you wish to pilot. Launch it!
The enemy is here. Requesting revival. Nearby pilots, please respond. Allow me to assist. That's now for my master stroke. Time to show off.
3 minutes remain. Maneuver ready.
Beat his ass though. I beat his ass.
My suit's disabled. Need assistance.
Your allies in rare form. Let's wrap this up. You have to take it from here.
I know I at least did a little bit of DPS with that. I don't understand how that. I mean, I get for balance reasons why that's not a one shot, but like,
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
honestly, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I would power up and pull the sword out and shit. Yo, what up, bucket of crabs? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that I would like power up, pull the sword out and shit, and then not have enough fucking power with that to actually get kills. I guess that's why they give you 3. You can kill like 1 or 2 mobile suits.
Looks like they know where we are. Sorry. You have to take it from here.
Damn it, dude. Thought I had that go.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
I'm trying to know where the fuck our Sazabi is at. If hold up,
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
where is he at?
Launching!
The flank was a good move. Yeah, it was. Prisma. Shout out to Prisma Online.
Its performance is exceptional. We've successfully captured the waypoint.
Let's go.
Someone used a recon G maneuver.
Looks like they know where we are.
Yo, fuck, they know where we are or not. I'm about to smash this fucking Zaku.
If you're in danger of taking the lead, push hard.
Oh,
An allied
maybe not.
mobile suit has been destroyed.
Megacharge here. Stay vigilant. Enemy unit sighted.
I got this big old bonk stick.
Megacharge countdown has begun.
That missed? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, and I'm about to die now. Fucking dog.
3, 2, 1.
Elder Scrolls is cool. Yeah, I hope you're having a chill day too, Becky the Krabs. Oh, I'm gonna hurry up and pick Sazabi. Hopefully I can get this shit. All you play is Skyrim mostly? Word. There we go. I got the Sazabi. That dude Gundam is mad as shit that he can't beat ass with the fucking Gundam anymore. He picked Granddad. I played Morrowind. Morrowind was actually... So, my history with Morrowind's funny. I take my vitamins really quick.
Copy that. Thrusters hot. You're doing fine, pilot.
So,
Keep it up. We'll get the job done, Command.
Best of luck, everyone.
when I graduated 8th grade, my mom's boyfriend at the time, because, you know, I was a problem child, fucking, I was a fuck up and all that. Nobody believed in me. Nobody thought I was going to be shit. Man's told me that if I graduated middle school, he'd buy me an Xbox. So I did. Pretty much exclusively so I could get a new Xbox. But my best friend at the time, my boy Matt, they'd had an Xbox for a minute. Like, they'd had an Xbox and a GameCube since launch. And, by that time, because it had been like 2-3 years since the Xbox came out,
Enemy has begun their assault.
Morrowind was a Platinum Hits game,
Show us your best work.
so it was only like $20. So he got it for me for my birthday that year. So I actually had Morrowind for like 2 weeks before I even had an Xbox to play it on,
Drop behind me.
and it was the only game I had to play for a while until I started getting games out of the bargain bin. I was still mainly a PS2 gamer. I would even still play my N64 from time to time. Oh my god.
Enemy unit sighted.
I know there's balance stuff and all that, but like, it makes no sense for the Sasby to be this slow. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000.
We'll find them together. Enemy unit sighted.
So the explosion of other Gundams actually damages you. Interesting.
Focus holding. Objective contested. The enemy captured the wing. Enemy unit down. Focus behind me.
Oh no. There is movement tech, but the mobile suit I'm playing as,
Select the
I'm
suit
gonna
you
pick.
wish to pilot.
I'll pick, just because I fucking
Over here.
hate how fucking slow Sasby is in this game.
The enemy is hit. Activating G maneuver. Enemy unit sighted. That looks like a shield.
Motherfucker tried to throw a grenade at me.
Hostiles behind me.
What? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Drop behind me.
Fuck!
We'll have to take it from here.
I love how my team had no fucking clue what was going on back there either.
Incoming area G maneuver.
Bruh, I knew that was coming.
Disarm the enemy mega charge.
Let's go.
An ally is defusing the mega charge.
Oh my fucking god, dude. At least that body block's long enough for him to defuse that shit.
The enemy has placed a mega charge. The enemy has set a mega charge at objective A. An ally is defusing the mega charge. Mega charge at objective A has been disarmed. Enemy crawler destroyed.
Found an enemy unit. Well done. Right.
The enemy has placed a mega charge.
We'll find them together. This hand's here.
What up, real ski hero?
30 seconds left in the mission. Don't let them regroup. Defend the objective. Time's almost
Can we... Okay, it's already defused, but... Yeah, this game is dope. I fuck with this game super heavy. I've always been a Gundam nerd, though. Matter of fact, I have an RG God Gundam Gunpla to build for you all.
seconds remaining.
I'll announce the build stream today. I'll tweet about it or something.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. We fucked these kids up bad.
Complete.
You're great.
Victory is ours. Hey, we pulled it off after all.
I'd say today's
Everyone picked up the RG God Gundam. True. What I was not expecting was to wait a whole fucking year for it to actually get it in the mail and in my hands. That shit was crazy. I emailed him twice over the last year, like, hey, I pre-ordered this shit in November of 2021. Like, where the fuck is it? And they're like, yeah, it was a pre-order. And I'm like, god damn, a pre-order for a whole year? I guess I couldn't say shit, though, because I definitely had motherfuckers coming into GameStop reserving shit a year in advance. I get all of my shit off at the Gundam store. I had a good experience the first time I bought shit from the Gundam store, so I just have stuck with them. And I'll go with some other variations here and there, like New Type HQ and shit. And that's if I'm buying online. What I most like to do, obviously, is just head to the hobby store and get what I can get. But that's slim pickings, since there was two things that I'm sure you know, but COVID fucked up logistics of everything. But also, during that same year, they changed their scheduling for, like, how they get stock. They changed it from monthly to quarterly. So they used to get new stock of Gundams and shit once a month. Now they want to only get it once every, like, 3 months. So that kind of fucked up the supply. 2020, I was looking for shit to build. I would have built anything. I would have built 3 GMs. You know what I mean? I was just looking for anything to build, and they ain't have shit because it wasn't on the shelves to begin with, and everybody had the same idea. When everybody was stuck inside, they said, why not build hella Gundams? I had like one HG Zaku. I think I had one HG Char Zaku that I built during 2020. Witch from Mercury in 2 days? Nah, I've never heard of it. Should I be hype? I'll check it out. Yo, what up, Toothbrush Skips? Coming through with the Friday morning stream. I'm thinking I'm going to do Sober October. I'm really considering it, mainly because I'm fucking broke. But, that said, I'll be right back in like 2 seconds. Because I'm going to rip the bowl really quick. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. It's the new Gundam show. Ooh, I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. I'll be right back, though. Give me 2 seconds. shit. At least 3 Gundam shows. It's not build fighters power friendship, lol. Nice. Disco Elysium Stone sounds cool. So my three favorite Gundams are Gundam Wing is number 1. Then I like Unicorn. And I really enjoyed Iron-Blooded Orphans. Lefty Angler, thank you for the follow. Gurren Lorgan, Iron Orphan, word. I was really into Unicorn. Wing is always going to be my favorite just because it was the first one I saw and I had a crush on Duo. Like, I was super into the whole Duo hero thing. Don't ask, don't tell. But,
This is a destruction mission.
hey, while you're watching Polly, it's all good. I fuck with Polly. Thanks for coming through. One of the characters in Iron-Blooded Orphans seeded polyamory for you, low-key. There was like a low-key queer awakening with like, if you know, you know, but Gundam Wing was a very specific genre of anime when it comes to their lead characters. That's all I'll say about that.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
I'll fuck with Barbatos again.
Copy that. Thrusters high. Your mission is to defend the 2 objectives. Warning, enemy attack imminent. All hands to battle stations. Hostiles incoming. Roger, Command. They won't get past us.
What rank am I? I haven't played ranked yet. I still gotta finish up my casual quals before I can do ranked. Yeah, filthy casual. Filthy casual. See, look, those are storage containers. That's how big we are.
Begun their assault. Copy that, Command.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Back out, back out, back out.
Requesting support.
No! Oh my god! I should have just jumped over the wall.
Capture the waypoint. We've successfully captured the waypoint. The enemy has placed a mega charge.
Already. I can't believe I missed all those fucking shots, bro.
Over here. Hostile sighted.
Damn, I got fucking... Sheesh.
That mega charge is going to flood. Disarm it.
Nah, I have this. I have the dash for the mace, but that's really it. We're not about to get this shit anyway.
The enemy has captured the waypoint.
Oh my god. I don't know what strat my teammates are using, but it's not effective. There we go.
Allied unit down.
Yeah, come on in here.
The enemy has placed a mega charge. The enemy has placed a mega charge.
Yo, what?
Not responding. The enemy has set a mega charge. Objective A. Disarm the enemy mega charge. An ally is defusing the mega charge.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh, the melee in this game is busted. So I would include weed in sobriety. I'm just a chronic cannabis user. Medication. I'm saying. How did that miss? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. It's a vitamin. Past a certain level of high, you are in fact impaired. Agreed. Your reaction time is slower and shit. I just have it for like anxiety and fucking
Select a suit
depression
you wish to pilot.
and ADHD. Been growing for cancer patients primarily for like a decade. That's cool as fuck. That's cool. When did that shit become legal out in the West Coast? It's gotta have been like 10 years or so at this point. No matter how far along we are, it always feels like they just did that shit.
You back in now.
You know what I mean? I don't. It's probably because you can still get your head fucking blown off in certain states for it. But I was just telling that story to a friend of mine on Wednesday night. The fact that I almost got my fucking head blown off, not even for any actual weed. I'll tell y'all this story. Y'all ready for story time? It's Endless Cemetery story time. And tell you all about the first time I got arrested. So, the first time I got arrested is actually different from the first time I got caught with bud. Because the first time so for people who don't know, weed was very, very illegal in this country for a very long time. Even during the period of time that this happened for me, I don't think that Cali and Washington and Oregon, etc., I don't think they even had
Preparations complete.
legalized cannabis yet. They might have had medical, but I don't think recreational was legal anywhere in the country yet.
Send me.
Hello? Okay.
We'll have to take it from here.
But anyway,
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
there's different types to work with or around that, but yeah. Yeah. For sure. I have my strains that I enjoy that work best with what I use that for. But anyway, so this is back in the days, the year 2008. Oh shit. So GTTF pulls up on us. You know, you're a teenager. You can't really smoke in the house because it's illegal anyway. So you gotta do what we used to call a hot boxing, which is just in the car, you and the homies, roll the windows up, burn a blunt, burn 2 blunts, smoke a bowl, whatever. You got the car filled with smoke. Separate has less than the playoffs, so there will be no leaver penalty for leaving. Cool. It's story time anyway, and that team is ass. People are quitting. Anyway. I can't join another one until the one I left is over. They didn't explain that part to me. That's pretty fucking goofy. Anyway. 2008. I'm in a neighborhood that I had to move out of. I lived in Relay in Baltimore County. The flag you see on the wall behind me. Lived there for 13 years. Had to move because of some stuff between my parents that was out of my hands. And just, you know, 2008 housing market vibes. You know the vibes. I'm back in the hood that I know with the people that I know. We're in my car when police come. Because one of the neighbors had called the police because a bunch of kids were sitting in the car in the neighborhood. This is my first run-in with the law in my neighborhood. And it was GTTF. And I was spazzing. Like, I was freaking the fuck out. I thought that we were going to go to jail. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to jail. Weed's illegal. It's super illegal. It's a Schedule 1. We're all going to jail. I was freaking out. Like, I was zapping. But the officer sticks his head in the car and just gets a huge whiff. Goes, I'm getting a contact high. And we all kind of looked at each other like, yo, what the fuck? Like on some straight up true crime streets of LA type shit. So the dude's like, give me all your wallets. And we just give them to him, thinking like, oh, okay, he wants our IDs. So we all hand over our actual wallets. He's gone for like 5 minutes, comes back, and then it's like, yeah, you guys will get citations in the mail. When he just took all of our weed, both of our blunts that we had left, and beat us for about $500 total. Never saw any citations or anything like that. Dude just robbed us, which was cool and not cool at the same time. But second time this happens. Me and a homie are in the whip. We don't have a blunt this time. We're smoking a bowl. We finish the bud. We're getting ready to pull off. Someone gets the neighbors called on us. I won't get into too deep into this story now, but I'll another time at some point. But I'm gonna throw me up on the screen too. So the cop comes, searches us, doesn't find any weed, but finds the Resi bowl and like the baggie that the gram was in or whatever. And this is in 2000. I want to say this is 2009. It might have been 2010. Anyway. So I got charged with possession of paraphernalia. At the time, because of the laws being the way they were, if you got charged with possession of paraphernalia, you automatically got charged with possession of marijuana, which was the wildest shit in the world. Like, it was literally a Resi bowl. Like, my charge papers said that the dude took the bowl and sent it off to a lab to get tested, and it tested positive for THC. And therefore, because the like res and crust on the inside of my bowl had THC molecules in it, that means that I had weed. So the possession amount didn't actually matter whether you had a gram or an eighth or any of that. The difference only mattered when it was like weight, so that they could charge you with distribution or manufacturing or something. Cops, cops used to literally do this. They would pull you over, fake like they smell weed in your car, even if they didn't, and then like vacuum the fucking mats in the driver's seat and get like little ass weed crumbs out of your fucking like carpet mats, and then test positive. They would obviously test positive for cannabis, and then they would come back and charge you with possession of marijuana. That's how fucking freaky shit was back in the day. And it's weird as shit that we're on the cusp of having just like 7-Elevens of weed. Just like recreational dispensaries. Because we're voting on recreational here in November. Yeah, first run in. That was the craziest shit. My only run in with the law before that was I had a Haro F2, like a nice ass BMX bike, because I used to be nice with the BMX, and some of the neighborhood kids at the time in the neighborhood I was living in were fucking around and stole my bike. Now, I'm on Get Back Gang shit, so I'm like figuring out, all right, I got this big ass stick. I got this BB gun. I got all this shit. I'm finna go get my bike back. And my man Shane, shout out to Shane, his mom, Miss Kathy, shout out to Miss Kathy, like, finds out that these little niggas got my bike. So she's mad as shit because she's from Citizens on Patrol or whatever. She's trying to talk to people's parents. She's threatening to call the police, etc., 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 whatever. That was my only close run-in with the police. Aside from that, being, like, out on the playground by myself, riding my bike and having the police on their like once a week cruise, this one time stopped and asked me what I was doing, where I was going. And my mindset at the time, me not understanding the context of the situation, I thought that was a good thing. Because my teachers were always like, I just love seeing the police. It always makes me feel safe. You could probably guess what color they were. So I just absorbed that energy from them. The police asked me what I'm doing, where I'm going. I'm like, cool, they're making sure I'm safe out here. Dope. Had no fucking context for that shit at the time. I was like 9 years old. But, yeah. So I had the court date from that because of how the laws worked. If you have a molecule of THC on you, you're charged with possession of marijuana and, by extension, possession of paraphernalia, depending on what they find that molecule of THC attached to. And they kept fucking my paperwork up for my court date because I had just moved. So I wasn't getting my shit. My game plan was to just keep having my court date postponed until the case was outside the statute of limitations. And I almost made it too. I think it had been like 9 months since my charge date. Because we didn't get arrested. The dude was just like, we're not going to haul you in. We're just going to write you citations in the mail that are going to the addresses on your driver's license. The address on my driver's license being my previous address, not my current address. So, the postponement happened like 3 or 4 times before finally, the last postponement, I was going to beat the case by just having them push it back too long for it to be a speedy trial. But I fucked my date up. I thought the court date was July 3rd, but it was June 3rd. So June 4th, I was in my apartment because we were supposed to go to Ocean City as a Friday. We were supposed to go to Ocean City. I was going to drive. It was me and a couple like homies at the time that were going to all just pile into my car. We drive out to Ocean City, spend a week out there drinking, partying, doing whatever. So I'm up early. I'm packing because I have ADHD like a motherfucker and I procrastinate on absolutely everything I do. So I'm packing last minute, doing my last few bong rips before we got to hit the road, yada, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. And I hear a knock at my door. It's this fucking rando just like at this, like leaning away from the door like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? I don't know who this guy is. Because I wasn't expecting anyone, so I didn't answer the door. And I was thinking, like, I thought I was driving. Why did they come here? So I disregard them, walk back, still doing my thing, bumping my music, packing, all that. So they knock again. Hard as shit, police knock. I didn't recognize it as a police knock at the time, but police knock. So I'm like, yo, who the fuck are these people knocking on my door like this? So I unclick the lock and turn the knob. The door isn't even open yet, and it comes flying open. Motherfucker has a glizzy in my face, like got the blick in my face, like get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. So I'm like, oh shit. 2 other motherfuckers come up behind him with the Glocks on deck, like get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. I'm like, oh fuck. So I just laid on the ground, my hands up. I thought I was getting robbed, high key. Because at the time, I had all my, you see my guitar back there and shit. I had my amplifiers in the place, had my computer in the place, had all my consoles in the place. This was before my house burned down, so I had easily like $2,000 worth of CDs, DVDs, and records in the place. Like, I thought I was getting robbed. I thought I was getting robbed. It wasn't until the handcuffs came out that I was like, wait a minute, are these guys cops? So I asked, like, are you guys cops? They're like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? You guys have a warrant? And they're like, yeah, actually. And then they explained to me I had the FTA, all that shit, blah, 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 blah. And this is when I knew for a fact the justice system was bullshit. There's a bunch of stuff that happened behind the scenes with them making comments about me being black but in a Slayer shirt. We don't have to get too far into that. But when I knew it was bullshit was when, like, obviously jail radicalized me, being in jail, pinned up, being like 8 deep in a 2-man cell, all that. Whoop de whoop de whoop. I could talk about that in detail another time. What fucked me up was I got off. So I had caught another charge. I already had the paraphernalia charge from when I got busted out in the car. When they raided my house, obviously it's my house, so I had my bong out, my all that shit. So I had another set of paraphernalia and possession charges. Now, the first charges, when I went to court, I lawyered up. It was my lawyer from Little League. A dude I played Little League baseball for was a lawyer, so we called him. You know, I had known him for like my whole life almost. And so we hit a W because what he told me was, he told me 2 things. He said the worst kind of judge for me to have, the judge I most don't want, would be a black woman, because she'd be trying to show out and would throw the fucking book at me on like mommy mode on Enigma time, right? The judge I most wanted was a black man, for obvious reasons. But not only was the judge that I got a black man, but he and my lawyer went to high school together, had the same class ring, and played golf together, like every other week. So that's literally how I got off, because of my proximity to the power structure. My white lawyer happened to fucking play golf with this black judge, and I got off. Easy mode. I got a PBJ on my first charge, and my second charge got put on a stat docket. So all I had to do was stay out of trouble for 2 years, which was easy mode, because I wasn't really getting busy like that at the time. But I got locked up on a failure to appear behind fucking traffic violations. And when I got locked up behind fucking driving on a suspended license, which is insane, I got locked up out Towson, out Baltimore Detention Center. And my cellie, like, it was fucked up enough because they left me. I also got lucky in that when I got locked up the first time, because I was the second to last person to see the commissioner. There was one person that saw the commissioner after me, and everybody else after that spent their whole fucking weekend in jail. I was like, sucks to suck. I'm glad that I avoided that fate. But when they locked me up the second time, because I had the FTA from that the first time, even though it was for something that wasn't even illegal anymore, they set me at like 3 racks for bail, crazy ass bail. So I got sat down for a minute, and it was fucked up because, again, they had like 8 people in a 2-man cell, whatever. They left me in a shitty cell by myself, so I didn't have anywhere to sit down or lay down or sleep. And fucking, it was freezing cold in there. They fucking low-key tortured me. Alright, I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. And when I went to the tier, when they moved me from the drunk tank actually to the detention center, and I was on the tier, before I even got on the tier, when I was just in intake, when they were processing me, taking my picture and shit, I saw this dude fucking, like, if y'all saw the movie Doom, the part where the dude Goat realizes that he's infected and fucking bangs his head against the glass until his skull shatters and he dies. There was this really fucking mentally ill. This dude was having an episode, and they just had him in fucking solitary, and he was banging his head against the window, just leaking. There's blood all over the window and shit. That had me really fucking like, it fucked me up mentally and emotionally. Then they fucking shot me up with that shit that I still have no idea what it is. There's supposed to be a test for TB, but really they could inject you with any fucking thing, and they don't have to tell you about it. It was right after I read Medical Apartheid, or right before I read Medical Apartheid. excuse me, right after I read Medical Apartheid. So like they could have, and I knew they do experiments on prisoners and shit, especially black prisoners, prisoners they don't like, etc., etc. And then when I got to my cell, my cellie was a fucking dope fiend. He's a junkie who fucking just needed help. He got charged with possession, and he was illin', like illin' hard as shit in the cell. Had DTs bad as fuck. He was in there shaking, sweating. The sheets were all soaked from his sweat. He was getting up every 30 seconds to Earl in the fucking toilet, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker needs help. Nothing about his situation right now is helping him. Because he can get, if he really, really needed it like that, he could have somebody put some money on his books and go get his fix right fucking now. So clearly, him being locked the fuck up is not helping him with his addiction issue. He needs help. And there was mad other motherfuckers on the tier with me playing. I was low-key in the cut, like in the back, in the cut, because I was shook, low-key, high-key, because I didn't want niggas to know that I don't know how to play spades. And that's enough to revoke my black card right there. That's probably even more cringe than anything that Shark said in my conversation with him. The fact that I don't know how to play spades. I'm very open about that though. But I was chilling in the cut because I didn't want to get any static, like get joned on on the tier because I don't know how to play spades. But I would just hear niggas, you know, rapping, talking about how they're locked up for not paying child support, fucking traffic violations, possession of marijuana, fucking probation violations, all kind of goofy shit like that. That's just like they just really want to keep niggas locked up. That's all it is. That's all it is. There really is no difference whatsoever between jump out boys and stick up boys. High key. They're gonna beat you for what you got for no reason regardless. Exactly, Ruru Bango. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat now. He used to drive through the rich people neighborhood to smoke in a car because he knew the cops were never there. That's where we went. That's where I got picked up. Well, not picked up, but that's where I got pinched. Is because the neighborhood that I grew up in, there is mansions and shit out there. That's not what the background that I had, but that was the area that it was. So we used to go through there to smoke either that or what we had called the blunt roads that were through this like back woods area where the police never went because nobody ever went there. The only reason you would go out there is for residential purposes, and the only people who lived out there were either rich people or trailer park people. And in those cases, the police would just post up in the trailer park, or it was the back roads that go to the mall. So people like never took that road. The police eventually got hip that we were using them as blunt roads. So like Friday nights, Saturday nights, they would occasionally cruise as part of their beat or whatever. But yeah, that was the strat. Getting robbed by cops is like a rite of passage if you're from Baltimore. Toothbrush Skip said, I got robbed by cops story, which is exactly the same. Wrote some shit on some paper and was like, you want your money? Call this number. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. What up, Aston? They did your bro like that and charged him for an empty cartridge? Yeah, they do that shit all the time. What up, Master Blastoise? What up, Tiffany Epiphany? What up, Ancom? Dog, Friday night arrests? Oh my fucking god. I was so distraught, yo. I was so fucking distraught. Cause I was like, because the police kept geeking with me about it. Because of course everything is a fucking joke to the COs and POs in there. So they're like, you're gonna. It's your first time in here. You're gonna be locked up all weekend. You're gonna be in here all weekend. You better hope you get to the commissioner. Whoop whoop whoop. And I'm like, yo, I was in there hurting. I was in there hurting, dog. And then when I got locked the fuck up again, it was like, it was like, you got to be quicker than that. You got to be quicker than that type vibes, type beat, right? Because the dude who picked me up was this enigma ass nigga from Boston, black cop, talking about how he's from Boston, he's never experienced racism a day in his life, and he thinks that all that institutional structural racism shit is overblown, blown out of proportion. People need to just get over it, right? Real enigma shit, real rhizome shit. And so, because me and him are going back and forth, because you know I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut to someone like that, to teach me a lesson, He, like I said, he low-key tortured me. He locked me in the shit smeared cell where I couldn't touch nothing, couldn't sit down, couldn't lay down. It was fucking freezing. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and he forgot about me. They just left me in there for like 6 fucking hours until it was about time for the commissioner to go home. And at this point, I was the last person the commissioner saw. I was like, thank fucking Christ, it's going to be just like last time. They're going to let me go on my own recog. Once they see that I'm not a fuckboy out here, I'm not out here on any bullshit, and it's going to be A-okay. But sure fucking enough, I get to the commish. It's a black woman who doesn't even look me in my eye. Doesn't look up, doesn't ask me any questions, anything. Just looks at my paperwork, says, oh, you already have an FTA, bail $3,000. Dung, sends my doofy ass right back down to the fucking drunk tank so that they can take me on a rough ride out to Towson. Mystery shots on inmates. Yeah, when they shot me up, what they told me it was is, I'll show you. I pulled my sleeve up. They gave me a little jab, right? I'll show you. They gave me a little stick right here in my arm, right there. And they said it was a TB, a tuberculosis test, because tuberculosis is ripping through the prison and poverty-stricken communities for obvious reasons. And so they got a test for TB when people come through, because TB is like terrible. It's like the new HIV. I remember the dude saying. And if you have TB, a little bubble forms, I guess, pulls up wherever they inject you with that shit. But they never tell you what it is. They just tell you it's a TB test. And if you pass, you pass. And they never say anything about it ever again. They just show the back of your hand. They did it on my arm. Here, I'll show it to you. So, I don't think this is TOS. So this is it. Let me make sure. You see that? They give you that stick on your arm right there. That bubble right there means he has tuberculosis. And so testing positive, this indicates that the body has been affected with TB bacteria. An infection makes an individual extra sensitive to the tuberculin injection, which causes the test site to grow in diameter. So they actually inject you with a little bit of TB bacteria. That's cool. Thanks for the follow. So they injected me with TB. That's tight. They injected me with TB to find out if I had TB. That's cool. Dope withdrawal won't kill you though. Sometimes it's good to kick inside. Yeah, I understand that. Alcohol withdrawal will kill the fuck out of you. But it as an empathetic person, it had me fucked up. That my cellie, someone I'm like bonding with, is, I want to be a cool cellie. You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking convict or nothing like that, but I at least want to be cool while I'm in there. And the dude, I can't help dude. He's just suffering. There's nothing I can do about it. It fucked me up. This game is a little bit like Halo. It's more like Overwatch, though. Nah, it's not Armored Core. It's Gundam Evolution. I wish it was Armored Core. I might fucking play some Demon X Machina at some point, because that's the closest we'll get to a new Armored Core game before the new Armored Core game actually comes out. The perceptual lens of classism tends not to do any good as a means to explain oppression. I 1000% understand that. I usually try to explain that like intersectionally with white supremacy, patriarchy, etc., 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 all that good stuff. Black cops are fucking trash. Black cops are fucking goofy. Does Rhizome even identify as black? I don't know. I think he does. He identifies as Delusian. He's not black. He's Delusian. Or what did Shark say in his cope stream after we talked? He's not African American. He's just American. He doesn't know anyone from Africa. Has no connection to Africa. He doesn't give a fuck about Africa.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
The Raven Simone argument. Boston is the most racist city you ever lived in. That's how I knew this cop was goofy. I was like, oh, you're on Enigma time. You really just colonized this fuck, ain't you? Coming from one of the most racist fucking cities in the north, and you're like, nah,
Being captured.
they liked me, so
Enemy attack imminent. All hands to battle stations. Hostiles incoming. Roger, Command. They won't get past us.
city's racist as hell. I know Boston's racist. There's a reason why out of all the East Coast, like Mid-Atlantic cities and like New England cities I've been to, I've held out on going to Boston. I've skipped Boston almost every time. I've only been to Providence, Rhode Island, and New York City. Egg Harbor, New Jersey, and Dover, Delaware. And yeah, that's literally it. We went to OCNJ just because it was only 45 minutes from Egg Harbor, but yeah, I can't say I'd recommend that place.
Copy that, Command. We'll stop them.
All right, let's get in position.
Show us your best work, pilot.
Over here.
Done. Done. At least I got me a double kill before they fucking killed me. Put in work.
Now for the counterattack. Allied unit down. The enemy is capturing the objective. Area contested. I've got your back.
Here. Enemy unit sighted.
How did all that shit miss, dog?
Units down. Not bad.
Enemy unit down. Keep up that pace.
How did all of that shit miss, fam?
Requesting support.
All of it missed. Every last bit of it.
Enemy sniper sighted.
3 minutes remaining.
He's so low. Thank you.
The enemy is capturing the objective.
Had to fucking close on that kill. I just realized I was way. What up, keeping it kitten? I was way fucking out of date on chat. I only read part of chat and didn't scroll all the way down. For that, I apologize. I was like, how come y'all ain't chatting?
Hostile sighted. Stay sharp.
Let's get some ACABs in chat just to you know what I mean. Just vibe check.
Captured the objective.
I'm gonna throw in a vibe check out there. Yo, what happened to my fucking team? Why is this happening like this? ACAB, ACAB.
Now for the counterattack.
Nah, the South is dope. Like, don't get it twisted. South is pretty tight. Baltimore, Maryland is the South on a technicality. But actual South shit,
Target area.
get dealt with, dog. Actual South shit like Atlanta, fucking Memphis, fucking Orlando,
Hostile sighted. Enemy unit sighted.
H-Town and shit. A lot of that shit's pretty tight. I don't know why I let him do that. I was too busy looking at chat. My fault. Yes, Gundam. What up, keeping it, kitten?
Okay, let's run that again.
Pale Rider main? Word. Pale Rider's lit.
Area contested.
I don't know what anime he's from, though, or what Gundam he's from. Whoops. Nope, that's it, bud. Come on! State troopers, fuck the straight to there is, you know how I know? Okay,
Now for the counterattack.
there's one nigga in particular I went to high school with, so I know he's pussy. I know he's pussy. I watched him get his ass whooped one morning. Like, I know he's the like one of the most pusillanimous fucking, like, one of the biggest pussies on planet fucking Earth. And he's a state trooper, dog, and that shit hurts my soul.
Got a lock on me. 3 minutes remaining. The enemy is capturing the
What the fuck, man? God damn, dude. Fuck Cop Rock? Yeah, fuck the red cord.
control of the target area. Hostile activity increased.
This nigga Gunface is, or not Gunface, a dude Guy, Coat, whatever the fuck his name is, bad enough that he's a fucking cop. He's gotta be posted up with Donald Trump. Okay, you fucking clown. This is why niggas need to gatekeep more shit, because I'm sure he thinks he's punk as fuck, thinks he's hardcore as fuck. He's a whole ass cop. Bitch ass cop. Oh my god. I don't usually yell. This game gets me very frustrated. I'm sorry, Rance.
We're in danger of failing this mission.
All US slang comes from ATL. I don't know if it was, I would say it comes specifically from ATL, but it definitely comes from the South. Pretty much everything in America comes from black people in the South. Oh, that dude was always done. There was no, he never had a chance. Oh, not good, not good, not good. I missed with everything. I missed with everything. I regret everything.
Requesting support. The enemy is capturing the objective. Fight for control of the target area. Enemy team maneuver activated.
Music, both foundationally and categorically African. Yep. Okay, so that's not good. Let's get out of there. Let's get on up out of there.
The enemy is capturing the objective.
Oh my god. Why are my team like this? Is my primary question, honestly. All music? I don't know.
Select the suit you wish to
I mean, maybe modern music, but I feel like cultures definitely had an understanding of like rhythm and shit, and had their own music that they fucked with.
Copy that. Thrusters high.
Modern, okay, yeah, right, yeah. All music, yeah.
We're dropping you back in now.
Code of Modern Sounds, yeah, yeah.
Roll out.
I mean, you got no arguments for me there. I would probably co-sign that. Thanks for the follow. The Irish, yeah, like so much, so much. it's always the poverty-stricken people that produce the most shit in any culture. I mean, this is a francophobic channel, fuck France, but like the French peasantry like invented French cuisine. You know what I mean? Just like slave cuisine in America, like I promise you, your favorite food, that recipe was made by a slave. You fuck with macaroni and cheese? You like macaroni and cheese? You like collard greens? You like fried chicken? You like watermelon?
Let's get out there and win this.
Good luck out there.
You like green beans? You like cornbread? You like pound cake? He's done. Easy money. That two-piece combo right there is kind of busted. I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed that. Oh!
Stunned me. Capturing the objective. Objective contested. An allied's mobile suit has been destroyed. Looks like they know where we are. Area contested.
How did... Yo, that person sucks. Because I was fighting with them for a minute, and they came over there and could have cleaned up and still got clapped. That was kind of crazy. Oh, oh, oh. What's up, bud? Get his ass. Thank you. Oh!
Can't take much more.
That bitch hit me dead in my chest. Hold on, let me go find some health.
Target area.
Enemy unit spotted. Taking heavy damage. Posting repairs.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, pilot. We'll get you back on your
Fight for control of the target area. Things are going well. 3 minutes remaining. Objective contested. This objective is nearly ours.
Oh nah, yeah, we got this.
got it.
Objective A has been captured. Proceed to capturing objective B.
Your granddad's first language was French? Let's show. I'm sorry.
I'll bring you back online.
I'm sorry that your great grandparents decided to be French.
Enemy unit located.
Capturing the objective.
Oh my god! I missed.
Capturing the objective. Objective contested. Allied
Get this nigga! End his shit! Oh my god, dude. You're gonna fuck my kill streak up because y'all don't know how to close on a kill.
Enemy shield using my sights.
now for the counter.
I put in work this game. I don't care what anybody says. I put in work this game. Hey yo. Hey yo, what the fuck? This motherfucker's running up on the Barbatos with a GM sniper. I hope he gets dealt with the way that I know he's about to get dealt with. I hope he does. Nigga got that big ass bonk stick. You're trying to fucking no scope him from up close. Time to go.
Enemy sniper sighted.
I was hoping he'd chase me down there. I guess he knew there was health down here. Oh my god, I popped my ult right when I got killed. I'm so stupid. All modern philosophy is based on one thing, whether or not you like Plato. Fuck Play-Doh. All my homies hate Play-Doh. Psych. I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot of Play-Doh. Oh, time to go.
Fight for control of the target area.
I think I don't like Play-Doh, therefore I don't like Play-Doh.
3 minutes remaining.
Really though?
Area contested.
Can we stop trickling in?
Area contested.
You think you broke him? That's
Let's run that
funny.
again. Look sharp. Capturing the objective. Fight for control of the target area. Objective contested. Area contested.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Hostile sniper.
They found our location. Okay, let's run that again.
How did I miss all that shit, though? 20 plus notifications. Sounds like me.
Capturing the objective. An ally's mobile suit has been destroyed.
Every day I wake up to motherfuckers on Twitter begging for my attention or begging to be acknowledged because they chose to shit on me. There's motherfuckers so stupid that they don't associate with other streamers purely because they're associated with me. That goofy ass nigga Rhizome don't want to talk to Tecmo because he's my mod, but he's immediately like, whatever Destiny says, that is gospel. Motherfuckers are so goofy on this shit, it's unfucking real. I shouldn't be surprised by any of that shit though, knowing how goofy just regular people not online are. We're about to, we might be holding the L this game, friends.
One out to the left. Here we go. We've got income.
10 seconds remaining. 5,
What in the fuck, dog?
1. Now entering overtime.
He called you a Nazi? That's funny. That's truly hilarious to me.
Mission complete. We've been defeated. Guess this one got away from us.
Better believe they're gonna pay for this.
There's only room for one Indian Nazi on this platform, and we spent all fucking Wednesday talking about her, so. French philosophy is really hit or miss. Yeah, I'm into African philosophy. Hot water cornbread's not bad. Black people did everything. I'm trying to chill out on French people. How people take Destiny seriously is beyond me. Like, he been using Sneeko for clout and platforming, bad opinion, not to mention his own. Like, Destiny straight up has the strat, and it works. Like, He's like, oh, my engagements are going down. Oh, I'm starting to become irrelevant. Let me say the N word real quick, or let me be seen fucking around with Nick Fuentes, so everybody starts talking about me again. That's the strat, and it works every fucking time. It's becoming less and less effective every time because he's becoming one of those people who's like too irrelevant to cancel. But I feel like the only reason he has the legs that he does is because he invented the space. You know what I mean? To a certain degree, everybody in quote unquote Twitch poll or whatever owes a bit of what they're doing to Destiny. You know what I mean? I know who he is. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he influenced me, but like I at least knew who he was and the house that he built here. And a lot of people don't acknowledge that. It's not me trying to praise Destiny, it's me saying that a lot of the people in this space are exactly fucking like Destiny and don't understand how or why. And even worse, they think they're different. Because what they say is different, but what they do is exactly the fucking same. Not a big fan of the way everything gets reduced to fascism. In what way? Like the only way I hate that shit is how like new frogs, like Johnny Come Latelys. Let's just keep it a band. White people, white liberals act like this shit is new. That's the thing that I'm not a fan of. I don't mind things being drawn back to fascism. The argument that irritates me is that we have a recent uprising or a recent surge in fascism. When it's like, motherfucker, do you understand the history of the country that you live in? Do you not understand that my mom had to go to a desegregated school? Like, my mom was in desegregation. Like, my mom was there for integration. Our generation and on gets it fucked up because we didn't have to go through a lot of that shit. But, like, my mom went through integration. My grandmother picked cotton. She was a daughter of a sharecropper, right? Her grandfather and great-grandfather were both slaves on the same property she sharecropped, were born, worked, and died on that property. These are people I have direct connections to through epigenetic trauma and all that shit. Epigenetics, you know what I mean? My grandmother was pregnant with my mom, and my mom had the egg that would become me inside of her, inside of my grandmother. You know what I mean? I wouldn't consider you a white liberal, Toothbrush. I would consider you a little bit more radical than your average liberal. When I say white liberal, I'm talking about the pussy hat people. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I'm talking about people who watch The View. You know what I mean? I'm talking about people who take like MSNBC and shit seriously. Italy is definitely on one right now, but I'm not going to sit here in front like Marine Le Pen is totally irrelevant in France. After all, France is how we got people like Mr. Geek in the game. Ethno-nationalism is just... I gotta say fuck ethno-nationalism. All my homies hate ethno-nationalism. There's an important distinction to make between nationalism of the oppressed versus nationalism of the oppressor. And as I've stated multiple times on this platform before, when it comes to principle, black nationalism is really fucking weird to me and edges into some kind of gross territory just because as an anarchist, I'm really not a fan of nationalism. But like, there is absolutely fucking utility, and IRI is IRI is absolutely a fucking white liberal. The dude literally just like parrots State Department propaganda. The wildest exchange ever was me accusing him of just reading MSNBC or just parroting MSNBC on his platform, and his response to that was LOL all caps. The only time we've watched MSNBC, it was probably the time MSNBC had the most viewers. And I was like, I don't know if that's like, I don't necessarily know if that's the kind of gotcha that you think it is, but shout out to IRI for being slightly further to the left. And this is the thing that I was going back and forth with Beckett about the other day is like when I say leftist, I'm talking about leftist on principle. I don't mean slightly further left than the ethnats on the fucking platform. You're not a leftist just because you don't say the N-word. Especially if you hang out with people who do say the N-word. You're a fucking liberal. You're a centrist. What's up, Fade? IRI. The reason why I don't like IRI is completely immaterial to his content. The reason why I don't like IRI was that conversation that you were present for, Toothbrush, when he was talking about how he's accomplished more in his teens, whatever. And it's like, okay, dude, if you had a legitimate understanding of things like poverty, class, etc., dangling your fucking Hollywood or whatever career over leftists who actually live in poverty is probably not the move you want to make. But it just kind of goes to show that people don't actually give a fuck about classism. They just want to wear that badge. It's like Mr. Geek talking shit about me riding the forklift and like using lead poisoning as a fucking insult. Being completely ignorant to the fact that Baltimore specifically has a very unique lead problem due to the class nature of the city. And it's just like, it's obvious when y'all pretend to care. And that's why they hate people like me and my ilk so much, is because we're the ones who'll come out to point out every time. You don't actually give a fuck about any of this. You're virtue signaling right now, because if you gave a fuck about this in this instance, you wouldn't do this in other instances. Just like I was going back and forth with that dude Beckett with about Wednesday. Like, fam, it's literally N-word discourse. It all is reduced to N-word discourse. What was that one fucking... I don't know if it was someone from Sansal's community, if it was Sansal himself or what, but it was an unironic tweet where they were like, a white person could literally cure world hunger, and black people would be like, if you say the N-word, you're racist. And it's like, alright, dude, let's do the reverse of that. Why are you trying to find hypothetical scenarios where it's okay for a white person to say the N-word? Why can't we just establish that certain shit should not be done? For principle's sake. Case in point, when I talk about the Richard Spencer interview and you're like, but she has people in her community who do easy stuff that we consider left because we have no frame of reference for what actually is on the left, then it's like, that's not, it doesn't fly for me. Even if I'm going to steelman you and say that actions actually are on the left, and she like helps establish Food Not Bombs or jail solidarity programs or that type of shit in other cities across the country and across the world, like myself and other streamers who I'm associated with do. All of that shit is out of the fucking window the moment I find out you have spent 30 seconds with, like, it's like these people have no understanding of actual leftist organizations at all. How, like, do you think for a split fucking second that Fred Hampton would have been chairman of the Panther Party and been like, yeah, I'm friends with a Klansman? He's never actually lynched anyone. He's never hurt anyone. He just goes to Klan meetings sometimes. But that's just kind of how this platform is. It's because, like, it's like I keep saying, nobody gives a fuck about politics. Politics is boring as fuck. I barely give a fuck about politics. I only call it politics is because I have to clickbait, because the shit that I talk about is in the realm of the political, but shouldn't be. It should not be politics to say that trans people are valid. Like, that's just my feel. Going back to how I always say that I don't debate because certain shit's not up for debate. But people just like to see people argue. And the easiest thing to get people to argue about is politics. So when you see politics in someone's name, completely fucking ignore the left or right, whatever designation that they have in their name. They're either center left or center right. There's nothing radical about them. The politics signifier is letting you know they're a blood sport streamer. That's it. So that's what that means. Exactly, keeping it kitten. Sansaw himself has literally said shit to Bink like, you getting rights is an unfortunate consequence of my principles. So it's like, they tell on themselves every fucking time, and then think they like, it's wild because they think they're dunking on us when they're telling on themselves. It's like, okay, like, it's a dunk because you have this entire audience of people who won't challenge you and will fuck with you no matter what you say. No one's going to consider you for any actual real political action or anything. People think I'm goofy for even interacting with those people in any capacity in the first place. Like, all of my actual activist friends think that, like, me doing anything other than what I'm doing right now, and like me even acknowledging them is a waste of time because they're nobodies when it comes to people actually getting shit done anyway. And when you have actual political people, like people who are involved in organizations or people who want to run in elections and shit like that, it's RGR or Dylan Burns, and nobody fucks with people like Josie, for example, because Josie's not spicy. Nobody fucks with Maddie Cakes because Maddie Cakes ain't spicy. You know what I mean? It's a dunk because they're at the top of the heart. Yeah, they're doing the most anti-left and high-key anti-liberal stuff. I guess it's not really anti-liberal because neoliberalism is about establishing the, like, reinforcing the cultural and global hegemon of the United States of America. Even though they don't look at it that way, that's what it is.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
Everybody looks at me sideways when I engage a lot with streamers on Twitter. But that's the thing, right? Is like, it's Twitter. It's fucking Twitter. No one's serious on Twitter. I so rarely engage with those people on this platform. They have to literally beg me to do stuff with them on Twitch because I don't. That's like, it was like rule number 1 for a minute. I wouldn't even say their names on this platform.
Copy that. Ready to engage.
The only people I take with any, like, remotely any seriousness on Twitter, it's like Lisa Snowden,
Preparations complete.
fucking,
Begin your assault.
Go, go, go! Understood. Launching now.
just journalists, basically. I don't know their names off the top of my head. I just know their profile pictures. That's the sad part. But independent journalists and, like, community activists are the only people I follow on Twitter and take with remotely any seriousness. Everybody else is just memeing to me, if they're even a real person. Because, like, 99% of the people on Twitter are bots.
Area contested.
Entire ecosystem, it's a for real cult. I know.
Allied unit down.
Like I told Beckett, because I feel like there's a pretty serious misunderstanding of why I'm interacting with these people now. I told Beckett, like, we have a mission right now
Control of the target area.
for one of our community members, to support one of our community members for the better of the community as a whole,
Objective contested.
with a very specific issue that we have to tackle. Outside of that, I'm not interested in working with or speaking to or associating with these streamers in any capacity.
Target change to objective B.
I acknowledge myself as part of their community, as part of the larger community, as in we're all Twitch streamers, period. And in that nature, based on my principle, like I say all the fucking time, I actually have principle. I'm interested in working to make the platform safer. I will absolutely every time sit down for those conversations. But when people are on here fucking, you know, like caping for pedophilia and pedophiles and shit, and just letting people neo-dodge sexual harassment allegations and shit, then of course we're gonna have those issues on the platform. That's the main reason why I'm skeptical, the way that I'm skeptical about people's motivations on getting involved in some of this shit. Because it's spectacle. Like, it's spectacle, not like the way that Amber Heard shit is. Fuck. It's spectacle when it shouldn't be spectacle. Don't let anyone talk me out of discourse with the people I disagree with. But what's the point though? Like, why do I talk? Why? What is the discourse between me and someone who doesn't think Nazis are that? Like, you know what I mean? There's no discourse to be had. You're just a fucking goofy person. Like, why would I argue? Why would I have discourse with a flat earther? It's pointless. It's useless for me, and it's useless for my audience that I have, and it's useless for the audience that I want. Now, if my motivation was just to make content, just to make spicy content of me arguing with people, sure, I'll do that all day. But my goal is to actually educate people and to actually speak truth to power and to talk about my experiences and what they mean through the lens of theory, and do that in tandem with y'all, other streamers in chat, so we can talk about our experiences and learn together and figure out how to handle a lot of this shit together. I'm not on here to become a famous streamer and make a shitload of money. It'd be cool if that happened. I'm obviously not saying that I hope that doesn't happen. But like, I feel like that's the primary motivation of a lot of people on this shit. Doing as much extreme shit as possible to get as many eyeballs as possible to guarantee that they don't have to live like I live every day. You don't gotta fucking get up early as shit, punch a clock, work a fucking hard ass, bullshit ass job, make someone else rich. You just want to get on here, cut your fucking camera on, watch MasterChef, and then rake in the easy money. David Tua. Rex Chapman has actually got some pretty decent takes. I like to follow Rex Chapman. He's pretty interesting. I fucked with him in the league, and his Twitter presence has been pretty entertaining since as well. That was a different NBA era, for sure. You low-key put hands on niggas in that NBA era. 90s NBA? David Tua was heavy-handed as a motherfucker. He was definitely heavy-handed. He could throw them things, for sure. He had hands. He definitely had hands. And see, there's James from the internet. James from the internet just got on. Nah, Rex Chapman was a NBA player. MasterChef is trash. Hell's Kitchen is way better. I don't watch any of that shit. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I actually kind of think that like, I've low key despised reality television since I was a teenager. The last reality television show I watched with any level of seriousness was Battle for Ozfest when I was a freshman in high school. And only because like metal bands that I liked were in it and in the background. I actually kind of thought that the actual reality television show part of it was ass. Like, in a way that just saying that it's ass doesn't fully encompass. Like, I kind of really fucking despise that. I just literally only watched it because I wanted to see, like, Jamie Josta come out of nowhere and talk about what tour life is like. You know what I mean? The only draw for that shit. I kind of think that, like reality television is such brain rot. I stop just short of judging people who watch and enjoy reality television. Like, depending on what other shit that I know about you, I might judge you based solely on the fact that you watch, like, whatever. 90 Day Fiance, fucking Master Chef, Hell's Kitchen, whatever it is. I'm judging you. I'm judging you. Master Blastoise is correct. I'm a lot older than I look. I'll show you my face.
Confirmed, Command.
I'm 33 years old.
Relaunch checks are looking good.
And my original inspiration in terms of talking about politics online was a man by the name of The Skeptical Heretic. He was doing his thing on YouTube, and that's why I first saw all of this type of stuff happening. It was like 10 fucking years ago. And this is what I was talking about in my conversation with Beckett too, is that like the whole let's argue with Nazis thing has been done. Not only has it been done, it's been done by way smarter and more capable people. People with like master's degrees and PhDs and shit. And they stopped. They gave up. Why? Because they realized it accomplished nothing, was worth nothing. It was a fruitless endeavor. They personally could just do better shit with their lives. And I'm not talking about activism. I'm talking literally just... I could touch grass. I could, like, play with my kids. I could play Skyrim. I could do literally anything other than talk to Nazis on the internet. And they decided to do that. Double kill. That was dirty. That was dirty right there. Fuck. And I got the fuck loose too. I got loose. I still need help though. What up, Mr. Mumbles? 35,000 grand for dabs? Damn, that is a pretty decent deal. We don't have deals like that here yet. Dispensaries are they're still on prohibition prices here. It kind of sucks. Like, it's not quite prohibition prices, depending on what you get. You can get like $150 ounce from a dispensary or something like that, but it's still not what it should be, in my opinion. Like, weed should cost as much as fucking hamster food. If we get legal recreational in November, you'll be allowed to grow 2 plants to yourself. So I just fucking start doing some homegrown in the event that it becomes legally feasible to do so, of course. Dog, how did I miss with all of that shit? Interstate trafficking. That's why. So
Okay, let's run that again.
that's why the states have like interstate pacts with one another to have like
Target change to objective.
price fixing is not the word, but essentially establish uniform prices so that people don't just travel across state lines from one legal state to another legal state because prices are different or deals are different or strains different, dispensaries have different hours, whatever. They need to just reschedule cannabis, honestly. And I say that as if my long-term goal isn't just the straight-up abolition of the United States government. But, you know. Hold on. Personally, I prefer to talk to people who disagree with. It forces both people to go to the edge of their reasoning, and that's where the truth can be arbitrated, then minds can be Fam, I'm getting so tired of having this conversation. Ruru, it doesn't fucking matter who's changes their mind. It matters who has power. The Nazis have power, they have had power, and they will continue to have power. We have a literal fucking segregationist as our president. And you're on here talking about how we need to talk to people on Nazis on Twitch because eventually, if they decide to start being fucking nice by just seeing enough black people on their feed, eventually we'll get rid of fucking Angola prison in Louisiana. You don't understand that that's how silly the argument you're making is because you don't even realize you're making that argument. You're just like, hey guys, we should be nice. Golden rule. Hyuk, hyuk, hyuk. It's like the world does not work that way, friend. Me being on here right now is a 1 in a million shot. You know what I mean? I'm 33 years old. I should have been locked the fuck up or with a bullet in my fucking head before I turned 21. That's what I was meant for, being from where I'm from and having the background that I have. Understand that? Give a fuck about what some dumbass groiper from bumfuck Egypt, North Dakota thinks, who grew up building fucking pillow forts. Just because he says, because it's edgy for him to say that fucking trans women aren't really women. Why does he think it's edgy to say? Because he has the power to say that. Because he faces relatively little consequences for saying that type of shit. Whereas I literally risk my fucking life every time I interact with these people online. Because they love doing shit like what we know Kiwi Farms is famous for. You understand that? It's so fucking stupid. And I don't mean to go crazy on you about it. It's just that I have to have this conversation so fucking often on here. Because these privileged ass liberals who want to do performative ass shit for other liberals are horny as fuck to get their Twitch poll merit badges by arguing with Nazis and the most unhinged fucking deranged people they can find on here. And it accomplishes absolutely fucking nothing. How is reaffirming the status quo even edgy? It's because it upsets people, because it hurts people's feelings, because sadism is a cornerstone of these people's politics, they don't even realize it. Nazis can just go over there. Exactly. They can just go over there. It's not even that we're isolating them. They own the space. They fucking own everything. Nazis have been on the internet as long as the internet has fucking existed. The number one place where Nazis organized since the internet was fucking invented has been the internet. There's not shit you or I can do about that except to just let them stay the fuck over there and establish our spaces as safe from that type of bullshit. And that's to self-report every fucking time. You don't give a fuck about the safety of the people in your community. You just want to seem smart to them. You just want to look smart.
We're dropping you back in now. Break's over, folks. Let's roll out.
Looking good over here, too.
Even the most leftist, air quotes, people in your community are clearly a hop, a skip, and a jump away from somebody who will readily post whatever information they can find about them on some fucking Russian troll bot site or something. Purely to see that person upset for their entertainment.
The enemy has begun their assault. Copy that, Command. We'll stop them.
Bring it on.
That was your best work, pilot.
Y'all forget that I was literally here at the invention of this Bloodsport shit. That goofy ass genre of quote unquote politics. I was here for the OGs.
Capturing objective A.
Let's go.
Objective
Shit. Nazis are like animals at the zoo? I mean, yeah. Okay. What is your argument then, Ruru
A.
Bango?
Control of the target area. We've captured objective A. Objective contested. Area
Is it that if we don't talk to them, someone else will? Because that's literally the status quo, you know that, right? Like, what am I really going to say to them that's going to undo the 12 years of schooling that they went through in America? and whatever the fucking dumb shit their parents told them before that and during that. The Jesuits had a saying, it's like, give me a child and I'll give you a Christian for a lifetime. It's just, it's silliness. I'm on that too. I'm on that. I might start fucking around with this outfit, honestly.
Taking the area.
Spectacular work. Enemy flying unit inbound.
We're putting in a decent amount of work this game. That's the other thing. Motherfuckers don't respect survivors' perspectives. Oh, am I lagging or... Nah, I'm lagging. Is my internet lagging or is just the game lagging? What's up, chat? Is the stream lagging? No? Okay. It's the game then. Dope. I got worried for a second. I had to look over because I have somebody else in the tab. I was like, is their shit fucking up? It's not. We can't even ask what a woman is anymore? Yeah. By letting people... It's just like with the flat earth shit. By even entertaining conversation, you're going way too far. You're doing too much. Just let them people be goofy somewhere else. With the whole race realism shit, the gender critical shit, the fucking, you know, the menstruation discourse, the genogender discourse, all that shit, y'all can just do that shit somewhere else. We don't even entertain that goofy shit here. I don't benefit from it. Nobody in my audience benefits from it. Nobody I would want to watch me in the future benefits from it. But the people that want to talk about that goofy shit benefit from it when I talk about it with them. Arun coming at you. Arun in the house. Watch your mouth. What's up?
What's up, dude? What's up? How you doing? I
I'm
gotta
chilling.
get the game at some point, but
It's free. Just download it.
no, I know, but I gotta like figure out what game I gotta remove in order to download.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I should
I
probably
just
get a hard
figured.
drive.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to buy another hard drive. It's like
Fuck, this shit
$200.
froze.
Trying to save my money a little bit.
I got a $50 jump that's like a 500 gig jump.
I might do that. I don't know, because I'm also thinking about getting like a M2.
Okay. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to upgrade, I have a shitty like a $20 M2 that's my boot drive. It just has so how I have my setup right now is I have an M2 and I have a HDD and I used to have another like solid state not an M2 but another solid state, but it went up on me. But I have 120 gigs or 150 gigs on my M2. It's like a $28 solid state M2 that I just have my OS and like I think I have like Photoshop and FL on it so that those programs and everything like my OS and everything runs as fast as possible, loads as fast as possible. And everything else is on the HDD. And I have an external. I have two externals actually that have all my games on them and then the
Dude,
yeah.
you're loaded.
Fuck
Holy.
no. I've probably spent $200 total over the last like and spread out over the last like 4 years for all the memory that I have, and I'm still.
Oh, no,
learning
that makes
memory.
sense. I guess because like it's lower capacity, right? So it's probably
Yeah.
that's probably why.
I'm on fucking broke boy. Was the Terry Pratchett quote where it's like poor man spends a fortune on boots because they have to spend $20, like they have to get the
Right.
cheap $20 boots that fall apart and fuck up, so you gotta keep buying them, whereas the rich people can buy the $100 boots that last you for a lifetime. Like I'm broke,
Yeah.
so when I run out of capacity I gotta hurry up and buy like a $20 fucking like 250 or 500 gig, like not even a terabyte fucking HDD external or
Right.
something. And that's how I just end up with all these extra modules. If I could, I would get one of them fucking like $500 like Samsung, what, like 4 terabyte gaming M2s or something. You know what I mean? I don't
No,
gotta
I
get that.
got you. No, I got you. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm probably just gonna do a little more research and just make sure that because I might get like a 1 terabyte one just for because I already got like a 1 terabyte SSD for the PS5.
All right,
So
I gotta.
yeah, now
That's
go
chill.
ahead.
I'm because Ruru Bongo is in chat. You can also VC is open if you want to come through. But you said my argument was strictly don't let people talk you out of discourse with those you disagree with. I've personally changed the minds of many people who were victims of ideological capture, and I've had my own mind changed by the same process. The biggest hurdle with many people who have been ideologically captured is their resistance to discourse, in my experience. Okay. Number one, I don't have ideology. I have principle. And I have ideology based on that principle. The principle being radical empathy at all times for all people. That's what makes me an abolitionist. That's what makes me an anarchist, right? So,
Yeah, so I don't know. Listen, I'm
the,
gonna be honest. I don't know if I don't know if like arguments like change people. I'm starting to believe that arguments do not actually change
well,
people.
that's so the thing is you have to not be on a solid foundation to begin with. And people are on solid foundations for one reason and one reason alone, and that's personal
Right.
experience, right? So someone could,
Yeah.
just like what's his name said Wednesday, Beckett said Wednesday, they could be just unlucky as fuck politically, have a bad spawn politically, if we're talking in terms of pure ethics. They could be a white person who was just born in fucking like Fishers, Indiana. They've never encountered any non white people, have only ever heard white supremacy discourse, and have never had any challenge to that whatsoever, right? I have no incentive to change. That person is not going to issue all of that indoctrination based on one conversation with someone they don't even know, especially if it's not even with them. They're just watching the conversation happen, right? The only
Yeah.
time any radical political change like that happens in people's lives is in private and with people that they know and trust and have for a long time. So peers or authority figures. Those are the people who change those minds that way. Like I said earlier, the Jesuits had a quote: "If you give me a child, I will give you a Christian for a lifetime." That means something. When you capture, you're talking about ideological capture, and that doesn't just happen by accident. That's a consequence of how you were raised by your parents, the people that you're around in schooling, and the consequence of the indoctrination of school itself. We've talked a lot on this platform about how American schools, especially public schools, you can look into private schools and the history of residential schools and all that stuff with how they want to convert people, indigenous people, black people, so on and so forth. That is its own shit that we could go on for hours about. But if we're talking strictly about public school, we've called them white people factories before because that's what they are. They produce white liberals. Not white leftists, white liberals.
Agreed.
So, so that said, when you say, for example, I find someone, those if we're reducing these things purely to disagreements too. Let's say I find someone who believes that black people have smaller skulls and therefore smaller brains, and that's why they have lower IQs. What can I legitimately say to that person that's going to change their mind? Besides nothing. And what do I gain from talking to that person besides nothing? The only thing I do is put myself at risk by whatever goofy people want to fucking dox me or whatever in that person's community, and I become spectacle for them. I create free content for them. That's what happens. When we reduce things purely to disagreements, that is in and of itself the problem. We reduce things just to disagreements on either side, but then when we legitimize that viewpoint by treating them like disagreements, by giving these people any level of seriousness whatsoever, that is itself the problem. It's not just we disagree and we talk about it until someone changes their mind. That's not what any of this shit is. You're talking about people from kiwi farms and shit, people who like I'm not about to sit here and talk to someone who doesn't understand why xenogenders are valid. I'm just not. It's a waste of my fucking time. It's a waste of everybody's time. I can address those talking points without ever dealing with a single one of those people who says the shit. Because transphobia has been the same forever. Racism has been the same forever. Colorism has been the same forever. Misogyny has been the same forever. We don't need to engage with these people to understand and destroy their talking points. And I keep saying that shit over and over again. Why you would give these people exactly what the fuck they want in service of taking that away from them is I don't get it. I truly don't. The people I disagree with, the people want me dead, exactly. I'm not going to talk to you if you want to kill me. And if you're too much of a coward to do that, you'll just elect someone who'll kill me for you. Just having a conversation with people you disagree with makes you change your mind, and I'm sorry, but you have no principle beyond being a people pleaser. Exactly. You're not going to fucking you can't argue me out of having empathy for other people. The same way that I'm not going to argue someone into having empathy for other people. If you don't view black people as human, the fuck am I going to tell you? If you don't view trans women as valid, what the fuck am I going to tell you? I can make content out of it, and we could all pat each other on the fucking back and have a nice fucking circle jerk about how I owned this fucking psychopath or whatever, but that doesn't challenge the systems of power at the end of the day. And let's be charitable. I talked to this dude who's on some race realism vibes, who's on some race science vibes, and I show him all of the shit that would prove him wrong that he's ignored for the last 300 fucking years, I guess. And he actually changes his mind. Cool. The second I end that Discord call or end live, end stream, whatever it is, and I walk out my front steps to go grab a fucking Arizona to wet my whistle after talking to this fucking idiot for 3 hours before he finally started to get it and understand, I get pulled up by police and shot in my fucking back 6 times for no other reason than that they can do it. Because that's the society that we live in. It's not enough to just convince some random fucking 14-year-old griper to stop saying the N-word. What are you doing to challenge that power structure? What are you doing to challenge the thing that creates that boy in the first place, number one, but then gives him power, number two, empowers him to be that after he chooses to be that? This is why it's silly. And if you're on the train of ignore these people, get them the fuck out of here, I salute you, because that's the way to move. A Nazi shows up in your bar, you don't argue with him.
You remove them.
Right. Because
you make sure that the place is a safe environment. Because
yeah.
Nazi, let me give you an example. So, as you probably are aware, I've been in sort of a tussle, if you will, with a Sinhalese nationalist.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I've been sort of in a tussle with a Sinhalese nationalist, if you could put it that way. Basically, yeah, this guy is not arguing on any sort of logic. He's obviously arguing on emotion, because I'm literally just saying, listen, all I'm saying is listen, your government committed fucking war crimes against the Tamils.
Right.
You literally massacred hundreds of thousands of people. Your government did. I'm willing to accept the wrongs that the LTTE did because I don't support them. I don't condone the violence that the LTTE did. And this asshole literally came at me and said, "Oh yeah, what about the Tamil nationals? What about the?" Literally called me a Nazi too, by the way. Just called me an ethno-fascist, right? Basically Tamil Blitler, right?
Right.
And I was like, okay, fine. How about this? Well, not that. I'm not an ethno-fascist, obviously, but I was like, all right, let's make a deal. I'll tackle the Tamil nationalism because I'm not a nationalism. But how about I'm not a nationalist? I'm obviously an anarchist. How about you tackle Sinhalese nationalism? No answer. No answer, because again, they're not here to argue in good faith.
Right, exactly.
They're not here to argue in good faith. They want blood.
Right. Imagine I come into your house, right? I come up in your house, you're like, damn, are the fucking chicken nuggets ready yet? But you hear footsteps upstairs. So you're like, let me come out the basement and see what's going on. And it's me in your house. And I'm talking hella shit to you. Your wife's a fucking whore. I'm a finger popper booty hole. Your mother's a fucking slut. I'm a fucking her in the throat hole. I start going off. I start going crazy. Are you gonna call the police? Are you gonna try to get me the fuck out? Or are you gonna waste time debunking my arguments? It's silly.
It's not worth it. I mean, this motherfucker. I mean, this psych. I mean, this, like, to give you an idea of how much I could provide you the whole tweet, and the entire thing is like, it's a mess.
Right.
I could, like, I didn't even pick this fight. All I said was, listen, referring to Sri Lanka as Sinhalese is deeply problematic because Sri Lanka is a multi-ethnic society, and saying that it is the domain of the ethnic majority is deeply problematic when members of the ethnic majority who are in the government have committed a literal genocide against ethnic minorities. Right? That's all I said. Right? And this dude just came at me hard. And this dude was like, oh yeah, what about this definition? What about that definition? What about this definition? I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit about what you consider to be definition. Are there Tamil people living in Sri Lanka right now that have been there for generations? There are, right? There have been people there that have been persecuted by the government. That's all true. And this guy comes at me with, oh, what about the LTTE? Okay, LTTE bad. I already said it.
Right.
I am not a fan of the LTTE, right? But again, this motherfucker is not here to... Like this whole thing is just like
the goal is just to get you to shit on the LTTE or LTTE. The goal isn't to, like you're saying, it's not actually any real discourse.
But like you should also shit on the LTTE. Like it's not like it, again, it's not being like the thing is I have no problem shitting on the LTTE. They're also war criminals too, right? They've also committed bad things as well. But my thing is like, hey, why can't you? My whole thing is like, hey, why don't you fucking admit that that your government is responsible for a lot of bad things? Like your government is responsible for fucking genocide and war crimes. He's like, oh yeah, what about the Tamils who committed all these Buddhists? You Tamil Hindus are all terrorists. You're all terrorists. And I'm like, okay, dude. And like this guy's coming at me with like psycho Tamil nationalist tweets that are oh, you're doing the they like goofy tweets like, oh, some Tamils said like Telugu is like a mixture of Tamil and Sanskrit. Tamil's the oldest language. I dunk on those people all the time. Like I don't really give a shit about them either. They're irrelevant, right? They're psychos, right? But like the goal isn't like this guy doesn't like Tamil people. He's been fed a lot of propaganda. And he just wants to be like, oh yeah, you guys are all terrorists. You guys are all terrorists. Like, and it's just like, yeah, this guy doesn't give a shit about this guy doesn't give a shit about truth. He just wants to say like Tamils are bad. Tamils deserve to, you know, get Minecrafted and be done.
Hashtag Tamils deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, he just wants to be like hashtag Tamils deserve it and move on with his life. And the sad truth of it all is that, yeah, he's probably like, that is the dominant talking point in Sri Lanka. That is. And the sad truth of it all is that you'll never hear a contrary perspective. Like, I've talked to Sinhalese leftists about this as well. Like, people who are ethnically the dominant region in Sri Lanka, like, or the dominant ethnicity in Sri Lanka who happen to be leftists. And they're like, yeah, dude, like these guys are on some massive fucking coping and seething right now. Like, if like these guys are like, this guy is mad. Like this guy is I literally woke up to like 20 fucking Twitter notifications from this psycho. Like nationalists are literally like fascists and nationalists are like the biggest crybabies on the planet.
Facts.
They're literally the biggest fucking crybabies on the planet. It's just madness.
Holy shit! You got your fucking femur broke, dog. Nah.
What the fuck?
Cause I was just thinking about that was actually one of the things that made me so fucking mad about the dive I was working for. Is like you got these motherfuckers coming in here and you have like fucking like I'm putting my life on the line in here for $10 an hour, at least. And I got no fucking insurance, none of that. The only reasonable expectation I can have is that if I fuck around and get stabbed in this bitch or like that, my femur gets fucking broke trying to break up a giant ass fucking, crew fight or whatever, that y'all will do a GoFundMe for me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do a benefit show. Get like fucking some like famous local bands to fucking play a benefit show for me to cover my medical bills. I need to be fucking GoFunded though, low key, high key. It's the fucking 30th. I need $500 for rent. I'm gonna start e-begging. I'm planning on doing next Friday. I'm doing a stream, a build stream, just Gundam and chill stream.
Listen, we live in a capitalist society. No shame in begging.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm gonna do I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna build my RG God Gundam and just talk about Gundam shit and like black people shit, and hopefully people send me donations. And then after that, after I'm good, after I'm taken care of, and I know I'm not gonna get kicked the fuck out next month, then I will go back to. I want to do a Baltimore community fridge fundraiser.
Fuck yeah.
And I got plans for 2023, like with the whole Gus thing. That's part of what we were doing, is trying to schedule and like plan like monthly fundraisers and like mutual aid, that whole thing, so that we're always on point with that. I have no problem doing that shit on a whim. It's just that it's easier when you have that shit scheduled ahead of time, and you can get streamers to collab and shit. I just got discouraged because my first fundraiser was like Dylan and Xanderhall and them, and they didn't really fuck with it. And they didn't like promote it that well. I made $600, and then when I did my fundraiser for BAF that I like didn't promote at all and had no other streamers on, it was just me on myself. I made $600, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do this shit myself then, and it's like I don't have to fucking fake like I like any of these goofy ass streamers just for the sake of.
Yo, this man is still on that shit. He's literally, this man's still calling me a Nazi.
He's gonna be going for a minute.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this dude, I mean, I would say this psycho.
99% ACL tear. Fuck, 60%.
Holy, what the fuck? Oh my god, that's horrible. Holy shit. No, I tore my, or I didn't tear it, but like I stretched my ankle ligaments and that put me out of commission for a month.
Fuck.
And I also broke my ankle, but like that put me out of commission for a month, right? I was on crutches. I couldn't walk for like, I seriously could not walk. Like it was really bad.
Oh, how did I miss? Fuck.
Wait, so is this game kind of like a mix of, is it like the mechanics is it kind of like Halo a little bit?
It's basically like just like Overwatch.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Overwatch, but free, basically.
Yeah, the aesthetic is only Halo-ish because it's Gundam and it's all futuristic, giant-ass metal hallways and shit in space. But the gameplay is just Overwatch.
Oh, okay. I fuck with that. I've always wanted to get into Overwatch, but I never got around to buying it. Yeah, but no, this shit looks nice. I tried getting into Valorant, but just could not. It just did not seem right to me. There was something off about it.
I fuck with Valorant just because I really love Counter-Strike, so it scratched the itch for me because Counter-Strike is so different now. They changed global offensive so much.
No, that's the thing that felt really off to me. It was kind of like a mix of Overwatch and Counter-Strike. You know what I mean? That's why I felt a little off. I was leaning more in the Overwatch direction than Because I've played CS:GO before and I didn't really like it all that much.
Yeah, I've been playing CS since 2005, so
Objective
Yeah,
contested.
no, that makes sense.
yeah, I've been playing that game damn near 20 years.
Competitive games get my nerves all worked up. I only play PvE and
Co-op.
co-op.
That's chill.
I used to play Dota back in the day. Oh,
I'm
boy.
not good at MOBAs. I can't do MOBAs. I can do RTSs casually, and I can do games like this and stuff casually. But when I like certain games, like, and that's what's so funny about playing Hunt Showdown is that game is stressful as fuck, and it's like my favorite game to play.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, my favorite RTS is easily like StarCraft.
I feel like
Like,
Ruru. Yeah, Ruru. If it's people that like we
1 minute remaining.
agree on the destination, we just have maybe disagreements about the path. Like basically, if it's something like non-bloodsport, actual educational, like like if I was gonna have like a conversation with like an MLM or something like that, like just like a back and forth about authoritarianism or something, just like low hanging fruit like that, I would find that a million times more interesting and worthwhile than like just like trying to find the most famous Nazi on a platform and dunking on him, hoping that I'll get as famous as him.
I generally agree with that. The only thing is like I've had frustration, like I've had very frustrating conversations with like MLs for sure.
Me too.
I've had very frustrating like conversations about like I've had like I was lectured to about like India and Sri Lanka like by like a white ML and I'm like, you don't know what the fuck.
Oh, that, yeah, those people are cringe. Yeah, those.
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah.
dude, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, please shut the fuck up. Like, there's this one guy that really there's this one guy I think it was, I don't remember who the streamer was, right? But like, this guy was like, he was showing like the Rajapaksas being thrown out, right? And this guy was like one of the guys in the chat was like, Xi Jinping to the rescue, and I'm like, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Hang on. So discourse, but the thing is, like, there's discourse itself has no inherent value, especially when the things that we're having discourse about are life and death situations. Like, we're on the same topic. It's just that like no one has demonstrated value in discourse to me yet. Like, discourse is enrichment for people who already have a specific belief system, but like discourse for the sake of discourse has no value. It truly doesn't. It's literally hot air. It's words. It's discourse. It's not challenge to power structure. And challenge to power structure is the most important part. Now, if you're an entertainer, cool. Like, I am allowed to say you make shitty entertainment. But if you consider yourself even remotely politically motivated, then what you would be interested in is challenge to systems of power. And if you don't even point out systems of power, and none of the work you do is towards challenging those systems of power, then it's like, what are you doing?
Preparations complete. Pilots, begin your assault. Go, go, go!
You think discourse itself has value? I'm guessing here, but are you white? Because discourse, I regret to inform you that discourse has no fucking value. When you're face down on the fucking pavement because the police officer wants to take you to jail, there's not a whole lot of room for discourse. You won't find discourse all that useful.
Okay. This psycho called my... That psycho literally called my Sinhalese leftist friend a Tamil ethno-nationalist.
Jesus Christ.
God tier. God tier. Like, you love to see it. You love to
Putting
see
in
ab-
DPS. I'm putting in DPS. I'm putting in DPS. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Kill. Well done.
You love to see psycho shit on the regular.
Keep up the pressure.
Oh, yeah.
I hear that. Looking good on our end.
But yeah, what I might do is like I might get a extension SSD and then get this game because I have Destiny 2 downloaded as well. But I've been trying to record. So I've been trying to stream that for a bit, and like it just like it does not. So then I talked to like one of my streamer friends who's like a Destiny 2 streamer, right? And what he's told me is like he has a separate PC for streaming it and gaming. Like he was like trying to help me with it, and I was like, all right, like what do I do? He's like, all right, so you need a separate PC, you need a streaming PC. I'm like, what, you want me to spend another $1,000-$2,000 on this shit? Really? Like, fuck no. Are you crazy? I'm like, at this rate, I might as well just like drop Destiny 2 and go to something else, you know?
Right.
But like, I love but like Destiny 2 is such a good game. It's also such a beautiful game.
Right.
Like, I just wish Bungie could have done something about that, you know?
Right.
Oh, wait, is this game in beta or something? The Gundam?
Right. Fred Hampton had a specific quote about discourse. Fred Hampton said, theory's cool and all, theory without practice ain't shit. Discourse is cool and all, discourse without action ain't shit. I don't give a fuck how many Nazis you argue with. Where's your fucking Food Not Bombs organization? Where's your Jealous Solidarity organization? Where's your abortion fund? Where's your trans advocacy? It's bullshit. It's just like I said. Discourse is exactly what the fuck it is on the label. Hot fucking air. Empty fucking words. It's discourse. The fact that the main fucking problem that we have with a lot of these streamers is the fact that serious issues get reduced to discourse should tell you how worthwhile discourse actually is. You're a straight cis white dude, police have cuffed you and pulled your pants down on the sidewalk. Yeah, but you also don't think discourse is intrinsically valuable. Like it's worthwhile to have just like conversation for the sake of conversation means something. Like, I don't give a fuck how wrong you are. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was beautiful. I didn't play it. I haven't played any... So, I low-key have PTSD with Assassin's Creed. My first job was at GameStop. And my GameStop sold the most copies of that game in the district. So, we all got free copies of it. I played it, and it was not really hitting. It was not all that. It was lauded as this huge next-gen experience for the 360 and the PS3, whoop, 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 and it was mid. It was like, it was exceptionally mid, honestly. Like, almost not even mid. Like, almost like some dirt. You know what I mean? It was some dirt. And so, I vowed never to play another one of those games ever again. I played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood back in, like, 2011, I think. Because my homie Bing Gaming, shout out to Bing Gaming, he was playing it, but... Discourse should be valued over action.
So, I'll say this, right?
Hold on, wait a minute. Because we're entering a little bit different territory now. Here's a point that aims to sting a bit. Umberto Eco says in regards to what constitutes fascist ideology, the cult of action for action's sake, action being beautiful in itself, it must be taken before or without any previous reflection. Thinking is a form of emasculation. Discourse should be valued over action. Okay.
It depends on what you mean by discourse, right? If you're just talking about like arguments for the sake of like...
Are we really doing this thing where we like... confuse the action of the oppressed versus the action of the oppressor? Because like when a Black Panther Party member says we need to act now and this is what we need to do, it's a little bit different than when a fucking Klansman says this is what we have to do and we have to act now. But you know, more importantly than discourse, I think more important than that is this dick. You can spend 10 minutes with it in your mouth, because why the fuck would you ever say some goofy shit like discourse is more valuable than action?
If you're talking about like arguments with regards to discourse just for the sake of spectacle, I agree 1000%. But if
Yeah.
you're talking about like raising awareness for something being discourse,
Okay, let's run that
then
again.
I would slightly push back on that.
This
because-
motherfucker, when I say action, he thinks I'm talking about like running out and beating motherfuckers up in the street when I'm literally talking about feeding homeless people. Like it's brain
Oh,
death.
okay, because I'm missing some. Because I'm guessing I'm missing a little context here. Okay, in that case, then yeah, I'm 100%. Like, I agree with you. The only reason I'm like a little doubtful about that is because in the sort of Sri Lanka situation that I talk about, and I'm just applying my own personal experience, they're just so unfortunately the truth of the matter is you can't really do anything about the situation.
Right.
You can't do anything about it, right? Other than raise awareness, because everything is being rigged against. Like the thing is, like you have like the literal foreign minister of Sri Lanka, and this like just drove me up a wall, right? This motherfucker, the foreign minister of Sri Lanka, is able to go to the UN, talk massive platitudes about how Palestinians have a right to autonomy, which is good, right? While literally denying the autonomy of minorities in his own country for the sake of, like this dude is literally being a fucking hypocrite about the whole
What the
situation.
fuck? I'm sorry.
He's allowed to do that, and like no one will ever bat an eye. America won't bat an eye. China's not going to bat an eye. India is most certainly not going to bat an eye about the whole situation because they were the ones that also committed war crimes in Sri Lanka as well. No one's going to give a shit, and that's what that's unfortunately what I've realized, right? Because like I've been talking about this shit for months, and it's like I have no other choice but to keep talking about it whenever the topic gets brought up. But like unfortunately the thing is like the thing is the situation of the Tamils in Sri Lanka is that they're a political inconvenience to talk about, because like there is no political capital to be gained by supporting the Tamils in Sri Lanka.
Right.
Nothing. There's absolutely nothing to be gained. The Tamils do not have any particular resource that could be exploited, right, by capitalist powers, right, and like they don't have anything, right? It's just they just want to be able to live in peace, right? They might use very unscrupulous methods like terrorism to do it, right? They might kill innocent, like some of the LTTE did commit fucking war crimes, right? But they just want to fucking live, right? They just want to live, and then unfortunately the government fucking talking point from every government, it doesn't matter where you go to, is no, Sri Lanka is right. What are you talking about? Sri Lanka, the whole war was just about terrorism. It wasn't like no war crimes were really committed. No war crimes were committed. Oh, by the way, the guy that went to the UN talking about, that went to the UN to rightfully criticize Israel for their crimes against humanity. He was the one that also denied the UN investigations into war crimes committed by his own government against the Tamils.
Oh, that's fun.
For the fourth time. Like, ever since the Civil War, the Sri Lankan government has denied the UN the right to actually investigate war crimes into the country and genocide. 4 times. Total 4 times.
Damn it.
So, yeah. Yeah, very fun. Absolutely fun. Absolutely fun shit. It's just like... It's just like talking about this shit is... I don't know. It's fucking exhausting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's super fucking exhausting. And like the only people that like I said, my Sinhalese leftist friend was the only other person that he gets it, right? He understands it, like, because he also understands the politics of the region, right? Because he's literally from Sri Lanka, right? I have like 2 Sinhalese leftist friends, basically, right? And they were like,
fucking
yeah,
push.
like-
They're all weak as fuck. Oh my god, dude. Sorry, but yeah, what were you saying?
Okay, let's run that.
No, I was
again.
just saying that like the fucking I was just saying like they fucking get this shit, you know what I mean? Like they 100% get the politics of the region, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the thing, the reason that like the only reason that I picked, well, I didn't even pick that fight. The reason that I'm continuing that conversation with that nationalist is to basically be like, listen, look, I'm the one that's extending the fucking olive branch and saying, hey, I don't like nationalism either. I don't like ethno-fascism. Well, look at what this fucker's doing, right? That's the only reason I extended that conversation even forward, right? I'm showing that he's not willing to admit the wrongdoings of his own government. He's not. Because, again, he's not interested in having a real conversation about, you know, human rights. He's not willing to have a real conversation about, he's not willing to have a real nuanced conversation. He's not interested in that. He's, like, he literally openly said, like, Sri Lanka is for the Sinhalese.
Okay, let's run that again.
Tamils are outsiders.
That's wild.
Literally said that out in the open. He said Sri Lanka is for the Sinhalese. It's historical fact. That's what he said. People refer to Sri Lanka as Sinhala.
Contested.
So therefore, it is only for the Sinhalese. Openly said that with his full chest.
1 minute.
That shit is crazy. Just straight up pro-apartheid.
No, like, yeah, and he's able to, England for the, no, he's literally saying that. He's saying, like, no, he's also, like, bringing up, like, dictionary definitions and shit. And I'm basically saying, I don't care about any of what you have to say about that. They've been, like, the Tamils have been there for centuries. Get out of here with that shit. Right? They're just, like, and then this guy's pulling tweets about, like, hey, I don't want Hindi being imposed on the state of Tamil Nadu. So when you come to Tamil Nadu, please speak English or Tamil. I don't want English being imposed on Tamil Nadu because they've had to fight for those rights. Right?
Basic shit.
And then this, yeah, basic shit. And then this guy's like, oh, you're an ethno-nationalist fascist. You have an ethno-state in Tamil Nadu. I'm like, you understand that there's a difference between being an ethnic minority in a country and being the ethnic majority of a country. It's a very simple difference. It is incredibly simple to understand. Ethnic majorities have institutional powers that ethnic minorities do not have. It's very simple. It's a very simple concept to understand. But again, if you come from that ethnic majority, you are oblivious to your own privilege. You are oblivious to your own privilege. And so you are not going to listen to voices from ethnic minorities.
Facts. I mean, we see how the shit's playing out with the trans black women on the platform right now.
Right.
Copy that. Thrusters hot.
Shout out to Soul Bunny. Shout out to Cat Black.
Dropping you back in now.
But yeah, anyways, I got to dip. It was a nice conversation. I got to get back to work, but
Hell yeah,
hey,
man.
thanks.
Sure, of course, anytime. If you want to have like we should also do like a straight up just like another like just like Sri Lanka joint if you want to, if you'd be down for that soon.
Oh, 1000% for sure.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of
it.
course, anytime. You don't need to thank me. Thank you. Fuck yeah. That was Runeno. Make sure you give him a follow. Talks about South Asian politics, mainly like Indian and Sri Lankan politics. He's a Tamil speaker, focuses mainly on the struggles of the Tamil people.
We'll stop.
Very based, very dope individual. Oh, 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 oh. How am I gonna play this?
Unit down.
Speaking of base streamers, shout out to Tegma TV. What up, Tegma?
Okay, let's run that again.
She said some kind of anti-Semitic stuff. I don't know. See, look how tiny the fucking doors and shit are. That's supposed to be for vehicles. I'm a big ass Gundam. Look at that. I'm a fucking Gundam, boy. I'm in a Gundam.
They've nearly captured the objective. Eliminate the enemy as soon as possible.
I got claps right there. All melee fucking Gundams right there. Crazy.
Reposition and defend objective B. Rats.
What up, Kev? The G maneuver is a G. He thinks he's a G. Get the fuck out of here. He thinks he's a G. Let's get him out of here. We talking overtly anti-Semitic or just something that could be construed as anti-Semitic? We talking? Are we talking like full Nick Cannon? You know what I mean? Or are we just talking Whoopi Goldberg?
Capturing the objective. Okay, redeploying.
We talking Mel Gibson or we talking Elon Omar?
Round complete. Select the suit you wish to pilot.
Ghazi and CIC. Yeah, and see, that's the other thing is I'm just straight up not even sharp to a lot of these goofy ass people. As soon as I saw the shit that Ghazi was on, I saw that little Black Hammer video where he had motherfuckers out lined up with the dead president's face paint on and shit. I was like, oh, this nigga ain't serious. This is another cult of personality. Why the fuck would you have video of your? I don't know. Niggas like literally, niggas are like addicted to snitching on themselves. You know what I mean?
Doing fine, pilot.
Niggas like are married to snitching on themselves.
This will be a battle for the history books.
Those spectrums. I mean, they're real ass spectrums. You know what I mean? Are we talking like Elon Omar, Whoopi Goldberg vibes? Are we talking full on Nick Cannon, Mel Gibson, fucking, you know, like David Duke? Is it really a revolution if you're not sharing your pics on the gram? Is it really a revolution if it isn't televised? Someone said something about that, right? I could have swore there was a quote about that, but Riley Cooper. The Black Hammer video was ridiculous. That whole shit was a fucking mess. Like, the fact that you even, like, so, in organization and stuff, there is such a thing called an affinity group. You know what I mean? But, like, my team, y'all don't even know them. Y'all have never met them. Y'all don't even know what they're on. They might not even align with you perfectly politically, but, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I talk about the shit that I did individually. I'm not about to sit here and dry snitch on any of the people I did that shit with. Like, having videos and weird ass snake shit like that. Yo! What the fuck?
Things are going well. All troops, press the advantage.
It wasn't overt, just something that could be Oh, okay. Okay, I feel it.
Early hours.
I don't know why Vosh is so horny to do the whole "see, look, black people can be fascist too" thing, especially considering that there is
Failing this mission.
zero threat of black supremacy, like global black supremacy, and in any country in the world either. Like it's weird as fuck to me. You know what I mean? It's like when you're talking about shit that Trump did, and some motherfucker comes in to talk about Hillary Clinton. It's weird, isn't it? Like, even if it's true, it's like, what you mean by that? You hit him with the Drewski. Like, what do you mean by that? Got his ass, too. Got his ass. Tactical Twerking is that guy's name. You hate to see it. I didn't want to be the one to do it to you, but it needed to be done. I hear this motherfucker shinging like he's a fucking UK drill rapper. Oh my god, we're putting in work. We're putting in work on this one. Yeah, get dealt with. Holy shit. Hit him with the why everything got to be about race. Yeah. Kind of see his hate boner as a way to deflect from credible accusations of racism by him and his community. It's not even just accusation of racism. Yo, call that man Teflon Ian. My man Neo dodged them fucking sexual harassment allegations. Holy shit. Rebranded and everything.
Copy that. Thrusters hot.
Providing support.
Are you ready? We're dropping you back in now. Break's over, folks. Let's roll out. All set.
Everyone forgot him being a cesspest? Yeah. I mean, you know. It was wild when fucking Cat Black dropped the DMs and everybody like said that she was sexually harassing him by talking about the fact that he has a little dick, and it's like, okay, wow. If he hadn't showed his little dick to everybody, then we might not be talking about how it's little, but it is what it is.
The enemy has begun their assault. Copy that, Command. We'll stop them.
No way these chumps get past us.
Show us your best work, pilot.
Yeah, that's specifically what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Irish laddie shit. My man just rebranded. My man was just like, you know what? I'm Vosh now. I'm gonna be like, oops, my bad. I'm gonna rebrand and I'm gonna get even more famous behind that shit on some fucking Louis C.K. shit. Damn, get bodied. They're mad as shit. We were fucking clapping their cheeks. Holy fuck. Should have been weeded out there, but I mean, you know, Destiny set the tone for the space, and it's Destiny. So the only motherfuckers who weren't gonna like Vosh were the people who fucking were riding with Destiny. Everybody else was like, I like this guy.
Hostile sighted. Stay sharp.
That's why all this shit is goofy too. Like, it's so fucking weird. All these orbiters, motherfuckers who avoid or move closer to people based on who they orbit. He made a mistake. He made a fucking mistake right there. Density, the densest of motherfuckers. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be. It sucks being labeled as the guy that just talks shit about other streamers. Because other streamers need to have some shit talked about them sometimes. They need to boot up their cheeks sometimes. I mean, haters is motivators. At least that's how it should be.
Come on, baby. Don't fail me now.
Nope.
All enemy squad
Nope.
members destroyed.
Bodied. Bodied right there. Bodied. I've heard of the drunken peasants, but haven't heard it. Vosh is very good at demonizing his opposition. It's not that he's good at it. It's just that his audience is so fucking stupid. He found his lane, and he's going $150 in that motherfucker. Found the dumbest, politically illiterate fucking tweens. Motherfuckers in there call themselves anarcho-Bidenists and anarcho-NATOists and shit. Just doing straight up fucking State Department propaganda and being like, yeah, I'm an anarchist though. I hear this motherfucker shinging. Where's he at? I got a bonk stick for him. I want to bonk him. I need to bonk him. There he is. Come catch this bonk. The word tanky's not in my vocabulary, high key. Just because of how often it gets used incorrectly. I don't want anybody to see me using the word and think that I'm also fucking stupid. Just like how when you see two idiots arguing with each other from far away, you can't tell who's who. I don't want to be seen arguing with one of these fucking dumbass people and people think that I'm the same as like Bosch or whoever. I gave Shark a courtesy from one black man to another, even though he doesn't really care a whole lot about that. Endless tanky, that's me. Nope. And then you die. Beat his ass. There we go.
Can't take much more.
6-player kill streak. I'm bodies this game. I'm catching bodies this game. Foreign man in a foreign land dropped a banger. I'm gonna pick that one. You know I'm gonna check that one. It's funny that he actually put out a video about black people being fetishized. I didn't realize this. Black man in a foreign land put out a video about the fetishization of black people and, interracial relationships. Air quotes. He did a video about that like 2 weeks before the Blitler discourse. That shit's mad funny to me. It makes me kind of understand the motivation behind why Shark tweeted what he tweeted. Because we gotta hate the essayists for no other reason than that they're correct. But yeah, I'm rocking with Soul Bunny. I'm rocking with Cat Black. If you ask me, I'm rocking with Black Woman all day. I say support Black Women, I actually mean that shit. Shout out to Bing Princess as well. I can't believe I forgot Bing Princess. That's crazy. She's gonna fuck me up. Load of cars. I'm Blitler. This is the Blolocost stream because I'm Blitler, and I hate the only thing I hate more than white people is seeing black people happy and in loving relationships with white people. I'm Blitler. Oh no, my streak! I still caught that body. I was in like a 10 kill streak. God damn. These kids just must not know how to play.
10 seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dog, we peed in their butts. Holy shit. They got their fucking butts peed on and in. Y'all are abusive and you should feel bad. That's funny. Oh, they had somebody drop. That's what happened. That's why. Because I was like, these cheeks are a little too loose. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on here, but I guess they had somebody DC. (22-14) right there. What's my? I want to see what my KD is because I know I'm putting in work on this damn game. Was Destiny not hard enough? The Endless don't little dick shame, especially when they brag about it being huge as a brand. That's funny. DP shitposts a lot in their shows, but they're pretty leftist. Billy as always being a contrarian, and Benpai is a reasonable one. They're super entertainment. I'll check it out. I might give it a. I don't refill my filament on time. I actually ran low, but I just got some new filament. Endless cement tankless cemetery. Not Mayo homunculus. You support me, I appreciate you. It's a Ray shit, I feel that. Nobody is free till the black woman is free, and that's facts. Homie wants me to recommend some books. Racecraft, anything Toni Morrison is cool, yes, but I have not read Racecraft yet. I gotta check that one out. That's on my list. I know I've seen that before. Racially motivated Minecraft? No, I don't watch Destiny. I don't watch Sunsol either. Yeah, the blue raspberry Sour Patch joints. About to have me acting up.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
I've been rocking with the Barbatos. I've been fucking with Barbatos. I liked the Sazabi at first, but I fuck with Barbatos.
Gate is down. Let's go. Your goal is to capture both target locations. The mission is about to begin. All pilots, prepare to attack. Confirmed, Command. We're good to go here.
Let's show our enemies just how powerful we are.
How can you be separationist? You have white people on your YouTube. Yeah. How can I be racist? I have plenty of black. I have a black friend. I'm not racist here. Look at my black friend. It's Shark 300, and my other black friend is Rhizome. It's like, let me stop. I gotta, you know what I mean? I've been thinking about making a separate YouTube channel. Not for that reason, but just because my YouTube channel is over a decade old at this point, and I'm subscribed like 1,000 fucking people, and I would subscribe to anyone. So like, for a while I was subscribed to Alt Hype while he was spouting his race realist bullshit back in the day. I missed all that. That's crazy. Fuck. Thank you for the donos. I forgot that I had alerts turned off. For that, I apologize.
All troops, press the advantage.
What happened between me and Rhizome? He's goofy. Here's exactly how it played out with me and Rhizome. Rhizome was pointed out to me as another black streamer, so I actually followed Rhizome at first. But then I smelled DGG energy and unfollowed just to check the temperature. Just because I wanted to see if he was actually on code before I started really supporting him. But I threw my basic support behind him. One black streamer to another. What got me tight about Rhizome was there was a conversation that Bink was having with Sansol that I wormed my way into, I snuck into. So it was me and Bink talking to Sansol about how, you know, the word subhuman has no implications. It's just like a regular insult. And, you know, a bunch of other really silly shit about how it's okay to do ironic racism. So I was already tight because Rhizome literally only entered the conversation because Sansol was like, hey, I'm talking to these two black people. Can you come in as a black person and be my token, like, black person that talks about how right I am, how crazy and how fucking subhuman these other two black people are? To the point where Rhizome was in there talking about how there are certain instances where it's not racially motivated when white people say the N-word. Like, it's okay for the white people to say the N-word sometimes. So that's why I don't like Rhizome. It has nothing to do with anything like that. And I gave Rhizome a chance because he kept talking about how he wanted to talk to me behind the scenes. People come into my chat like, Rhizome said he wants to talk to you, Rhizome said he wants to talk to you, Rhizome said he wants to talk to you. And then when I messaged him, I was like, yo, I heard you wanted to speak to me. Crickets. But then when I sent the screenshot, like, oh, you... I sent him his weird-ass looking analytics. I pulled up with the view botting allegations, like, yo, why your shit look like this? Then he just blocked me. So, I, like, Rhizome is... The more I see out of Rhizome, like, not to talk too much on it, or, like... I'm not saying this for the sake of discourse. I'm using it as an example here. He didn't talk to... He wanted to know about the whole Jason and Clyde shit, but wouldn't talk to Tegma because Tegma is my mod, but immediately talked to Sen Streams. Like, he's so lost in the sauce with the fucking weird-ass, like, fake-ass politics shit that it makes him make wrong decisions consistently. It's entertaining to me, but my entertainment's not the goal. I've been bonking him. I've been bonking him all game. That VOD also was so embarrassing to Sansol and Rhizome that it got yeeted. We never saw that VOD again. Sansol was talking about how the word subhuman doesn't have any gross implications. Called Bink a stupid bitch. Then Rhizome came in and talked about how white people can say the N-word sometimes. It was a fucking insane call. I had no doubt in my mind in the course of that call that that shit was going to get yeeted. The same way that conversation with me and Mr. Geek got yeeted at first.
Gate is down. Let's go. Are you
Well, that's the thing, is he doesn't care. It's content to him. It's drama. Motherfuckers are literally putting the word drama in their stream titles to talk about the Jason and Clyde shit. And then then motherfuckers like other people, I'm not gonna name names, motherfuckers come through to defend that shit. It's like, alright, dude, like, whatever. I actually identify as an American. I'm not an African American. I don't know anyone from Africa. I've never been to Africa. Africa's never done anything for me. Fuck Africa. You shall henceforth only refer to me as American. I have American culture, and American culture is the best culture and is completely neutral and has no racial implications. Africa, never met her. Rhizome is strictly American. I don't know what that nigga is. He's an enigma. The sarcasm is dripping. There's blessed rains down in Africa, I hear. Why are we overextending like this? Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna be the Lone Ranger coming back in here because I'm not horny as fuck for picks and I'm gonna actually try to defend the point. Wakanda? Wakanda? I don't even know her. United States of Bonk. Actually, Sweaty, Wakanda is an ethno-state. It's giving me Blitler vibes, Sweaty. Why would you care so much about blackness? It's giving ethno-state, Sweaty. The whole idea of Wakanda is gross. Imagine if white people had their own futuristic territory in, you know, France. Then you would call it racist. We have to treat these two things exactly the same. It's giving Blitler. Sounds like Blitler. Imagine if black people spent a significant portion of their history snatching up white people, and then the white people didn't allow them to come into their super advanced hidden village anymore. Kind of sounds like Blitler. I'm going to be honest with you.
Roger, Command. On our way.
Actually, Sweaty, what if I hung out with my no father having gangbanging big lip low pants always in and out of jail cousins and not want to be like that? What's yo, y'all gotta chill. Let's say you know, there's like the cover of like Doggy Style, right? Like we went to my second cousin twice removed's neighborhood, and it looked like the cover of Doggy Style. You know, they are riding in a lowrider, they whipping they whips, they have their baggy jeans and their chains on. And I look at my Twitch chat and I say, I never want to be like those black people. I'm different from them. What's that fucking? What was that fucking? Oh God, who was it? Mari, I think, with the black girl who was like, I looked at my mom. I said, I'll never be I'll never be like one of those Negroes. I'm different. Yo, I gotta play that clip, yo. After this match, I'm gonna play that clip because that shit was too fucking funny, dog. Nope, you're about to get clapped. No, sir, I'm getting a kill. I said absolutely not. I'm getting a fucking kill before this round ends. Fuck you mean? I'm getting my kill. Fuck you mean?
Another one for the record books.
Hit the shower, Skag.
Don't call out Shark like that. Who's calling out Shark? We're just, you know, we're just hypotheticals, right? What if you hypothetically meet black streamers who talk about how they don't give a fuck about their blackness sometimes? You know what I mean? You don't think it's hard to find black people who care a lot about their blackness on this platform? Yo, this is it. Yo, this is it. I found it. Oh. It's a fucking Sniper Wolf YouTube video. I'm not watching that shit. Hold on. Oh, here it goes. I found it. Yo, check. Hold up. Hold up, though. Wait a minute, though. Hold up. Check this out. This shit is geeking. Check this out, though. Let me cut the game off real quick so you can hear that shit. Cause this shit was geeking. I gotta go on Facebook. Oh my god. There's ads. Not only do I gotta go on Facebook, you ready to make me sit through an ad? Come on now. Come on now. I gotta sit through this whole ad. Alright, here we go. This Dr. Phil, yo. This shit is crazy. This shit was nuts. Hold on.
I know a lot of people take issue with my beliefs. I'm white. I'm a Caucasian because everything about me is different from an African American. I have naturally straight hair. My hair isn't nappy. It doesn't require weave. My nose is not giant as like African Americans. My lips are perfect. They're not too big and they're not too small. Like, they're just perfect. My ears, I don't have black people ears because they're really giant. Most African Americans speak ghetto. But when it comes to black people, I think they're all ugly and I have nothing in common with them. I'm different from African Americans because I'm white. My figure is just like Kim Kardashian and she's a wonderful role model. I act and I think like a white person instead of a black person. I believe that I'm completely and utterly better than them. Like, we're on two different levels. Like, okay, African Americans are here, I'm here. White people act and think just way more mature than African Americans. Black people, they think in a criminal way. When I think about African Americans, I feel like asking them, what is wrong with them? They're really dangerous. If African American is on the same street as I am, I'll cross the street to avoid their chaotic, thuggish ways.
Are you okay?
I'm irritated.
I'm sorry.
I just know that I'm white. I mean, she might not know that I'm white, but I know that I'm white. I can feel it through my veins. I feel it through my blood. I tell my mom I'll never be like any of those Negroes. My mom tries to criticize me about my supposed race. I tell her she's just ignorant. There's nothing wrong with my views or beliefs because I have freedom of speech and everything I'm saying is true.
Yo. Oh my goodness. It was a bit. I think that got revealed that it was like a hoax, but still though, that shit was geekers. That shit was funny. She did do that for money, but I mean, for what other reason than fucking Shark and Rise come on this bitch talk about how They don't give a fuck about Africa or blackness, and white people can say the N-word sometimes. Anyway, let's get back into the Gundam shit. Yeah, it's funny knowing it's a bit. It was like, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm an asshole. So when I thought that shit was real, I thought it was funny. But it's a haha. It's a much more easy laugh knowing that it was a bit, that they made that shit up. Text messages. What's your Myers-Briggs, yo? What's your sign? The redacted Kevin. The Dawn of the Dead poster? Yeah, it's probably my there's a bunch of cool posters in here, but yeah, that Dawn of the Dead poster is like my pride and joy. I think that's gonna be the next thing I 3D print, honestly, and just paint it. Thank you, Maximus Best. I appreciate you. Shark would date her? Yikes. Snow Bunny Robert De Niro? Jesus Christ. We'll trade her for Rachel Dolezal.
This is a point capture mission.
Dr. Phil is a fucking snake and a cloud demon. That thing on Twitter where the girl pretended to be MAGA and got like $30,000? No cap. So Fade Runner will tell you, we talked about doing this for a brick. We talked about doing this all 2020 and most of 2021. About just like buying MAGA hats and coming up with like fake 3 first name personas to like make dumbass TikToks about libs and shit, and then just like bag up and just make some bands off of dumbass right wingers thinking that they're like sticking it to the man.
Select the suit you wish to pilot.
Just saw an ad for a right-wing dating app, and they had a black girl that was obviously a paid actor. It was hilarious. I've thought of doing the shit. You know how motherfuckers, like, when you swiping a joint on Tinder, and then she matches with you, and then she just messages you or fucking Snapchat, and you already know where it's going, but then you add Snapchat, and it's just like, subscribe to my OnlyFans. Like, I kind of want to do that, except with just, like, critical race theory. Like, just get, like, hella pictures of, like, young Shania Twain or something, and then get hella dumbass fucking, like, toothless dummies to match. And then when they message me, like, before they send me a dick pic or, like, them holding a fish or something, I'm just like, hey, add me on Snapchat. And then when they add to Snapchat, it's critical race theory. And they're mad as shit because they're horny and they gotta learn about black people. My dick is in my hand, and now I see this lovely portrait of Sidney Poitier. What are you trying to do to me, Endless Cemetery? What are you doing to me?
Preparations complete. Pilots, begin your assault. Heading out. Fight well, pilot.
Time to go back.
Behind me! My suit is disabled. Requesting revival. Still standing, go help him out!
Population control? Yeah. I've recently become a Malthusian. I have recently adopted Malthusian politics, and I believe that in order for humanity to survive, we have to reduce the population by half. And the way that I will help accomplish that is by catfishing dumbass rednecks with Google stock photos of young Shania Twain. Ooh, I'm ready to beat his ass. Yep, got him. Thanos.
Hostile sniper unit sighted.
Looks like they know where we are.
Oh no, he's pew-pewing me. He's got the pew-pews. Got his ass though. Motherfucker was pew-pewing me.
3 minutes remaining.
Endless Malthusian, a Thanos snapper? Yeah. I fucking Thanos snapped all the black people from Shark's audience. That shit was crazy.
Enemy unit sighted.
Oh no, he's ready to blick me too! Oh my god! That shit does so much damage. I'm glad you hit me in my head. Fuck. He didn't take a single bit of aid. Yo, that shit's crazy. They need to improve the range on all them shits. Just a little bit, fam. Just a little bit.
Now for the counterattack. An ally's mobile suit has been destroyed.
Have I seen Dolezal's OnlyFans? I'm gonna say less on that. I'm only gonna say that I have a problem. And yes, I absolutely saw Rachel Dolezal's OnlyFans.
You'll have to take it from here.
As soon as I heard she had one, I was on that. I was on that. I didn't pay a fucking dime for any of that content, but I was on that. Because I have a problem. He did Ultra Instinct fucking dodge all them, every last one of them bonks, yo. And this motherfucker is hitting the fucking Beyblade.
Okay, redeploying.
If Rachel Dolezal has money, you know,
Allied
she should hit me up.
1 minute remaining.
Y'all should get Rachel Dolezal to get in touch with me. Hit my DMs. He was doing the spin to win. Diablo player spot. That motherfucker's up there with a blick. Got his ass. Come on. That two-piece is just too mean.
How'd they get me?
Dog, they're all in our spawn. Come on now.
It's a recon G maneuver.
10 seconds remaining. 4, 3. Round complete.
I'm about to quit this game. It's casuals. I'm about to quit. It's like, nah, because then I'm gonna be stuck at the fucking loading screen until the game ends anyway, so I might as well stay in here. Hit you with the blick.
Select the suit you wish to
Hit you
power.
with the tricks. Your brother knew Dolezal when he lived in Spokane. Like, they shopped at the same grocery store and she was friends with some people he knew. Damn. Well, tell those people to get her in touch with me.
Copy that. Thrusters high.
I need a sugar mama.
You're doing fine, pilot. Keep it up.
And I know she's got bands.
Job
She's
done,
white.
Command.
I'm counting on all of you.
Damn. Hit you with the blick. Hit you with the tricks.
The enemy has begun their assault. Let's go welcome our guests, shall we?
Commencing combat.
Combat in progress. Deploy at once.
Oh, and I gotta come out here because these motherfuckers are gonna. Dog. Oh no! Oh no, he's ready to dodge my bonks. Why is he dodging my bonks?
Drive the enemy away from the objective. Fight for control of the target area.
I'm about to die. That quick? Yo, please let the game end after that. Thank you. Holy shit, I'm not waiting. Oh my god, my team is garbaggio. Agua de culo. Pure fucking basura. Pinche basura. Them titties was fire. I know they was. You know, I have a problem. Is Sean King white? Sean King is an enigma. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know I'm black. Everybody knows I'm black. Oh yeah, that's right. I meant to look at my KD. Let's look at my KD. Damn, I'm even. Just straight even with my KD. That shit's crazy. $317 deaths. I guess that means I also have 317 kills. I get a death a minute. A little over a death a minute, I guess. You can't walk through the world with somebody pointing out to you that you're black. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Big same. Niggas know what niggas know. But oh nah, we don't rock with police.
This is a point capture mission.
Tuck lock. Bye. The suit that I wish to pilot is Barbatos.
Gate is down. Let's go. Defend the target locations and
Defend the target
Warning.
locations.
Enemy attack imminent. All hands to battle stations. Hostiles incoming.
I might end soon and go live again on the nighttime stream at the usual time at 10 p.m. What y'all think? That sound alright? (10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time). This is as cool as the stream has been, as much as this shit's been tight. I am starving. I need some food in my belly, and also, I got some news and shit to talk about later. Yeah, I don't like speculating on people's race, honestly.
The
Like,
enemy has begun their
I don't know. Because it doesn't really mean anything, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like low-key race science. Like, you can't really tell a person's race just by looking at them, as weird as that sounds.